live? We're never live. Coming at you from our mom's basement.
Where metal forgot to die.
And yeah, metal can never die in anyone's basement. The capital of misery, obviously, and the place where metal forgot to die. This is Here Lies Metal, the podcast that brings you... What does it bring us?
The origins, history,
Check.
and culture
Check.
of everything metal.
It gives you none of that anymore, but we're working on it. Once again, I'm Maledictus, and...
I'm Samantha.
We are your overlords for today and all of eternity, whether you like it or not. Welcome. So I'm going to get right down to business here. Did you know it is unlawful to wear a Dead Kennedy shirt after high school?
I was aware of that, yes.
Are you aware? It's probably unlawful to wear any band shirt.
I didn't want to say anything every time you've done it.
Yeah. I've been breaking the law I'll get to the comments specifically. But so in that case, I did not wear a Dead Kennedy shirt. I wore, if it's okay with you, sir, a DEFCON 1 shirt. Is that okay? Is that okay with you, sir? You know who you are. Yes. Oh, you never heard of them? Oh, well, you're obviously not very switched on. You don't know shit about music.
Yeah.
The great band DEFCON 1. You have no idea who they are. Comment down below. Am I okay to wear this after high school? DEFCON 1. Let me know. That's okay. And let me know any other suggestions about our wear, our attire that you might have, please.
I'm wearing a Tomb Mold shirt.
Is that okay? Is it okay to wear a Tomb Mold shirt, sir? Is it okay? Let me know. Okay. What do you think?
Yes.
That's okay, right? To wear a Tomb Mold shirt?
I'd be surprised if that gentleman
Tomb Mold wasn't
is
around.
familiar with Tomb Mold.
Tomb Mold wasn't around when I was in high school.
No.
They weren't even around. So
I didn't have the option to wear this in high school.
They weren't around when she was in high school either.
You didn't discriminate against me?
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, everyone, this is my wife. It's not some weird girl that is in my basement with me. She's married to me. She has no choice but to be here.
No, I'm your mom and you live in my basement.
It's my mom. All right, mom. I'm gonna take out the garbage. Right, I'll do it. Yeah. So but keep up the bad comments. I am so happy that we are getting any kind of comments at all. Because it's worse if you just get no comments. Like if no one gave you comments at all, that'd be the worst. That would be really just are people watching us? Do people like us? People hate us. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So, but as I predicted last week when we made the video regarding Michael Graves, it was bait for all of you as usual, and you all took it. And I was like, we're gonna get some shit over this Michael Graves because there's a lot of based motherfuckers that watch our show, which is fine. I mean, if anyone watches our show, if they're a bunch of based guys, that's fine. You can't choose your audience, whether you're a musician or anybody. You can't choose your audience. So we're going to give you guys some credit today. Since you guys interacted with us, I'm going to interact with all of you. Okay? So here we go. Got some call outs here. From Random Dude. Random Dude, you're all soft.
This is true.
I am soft. It is true. She knows. You're seeing me naked. I'm soft. Okay? I will work on it. I will correct this, comrade. Okay? I am soft. It must be corrected. So, yes, you're right. I'm soft. Someone by the name of Chalik Lizzie. God bless Michael Graves. God bless you. No, God bless you. Okay?
God bless each of us.
God bless each of us. God bless everyone. Mr. Scrooge. Okay? Yeah. This comment got deleted, not by me. And by the way, I'm going to make it very clear to everyone, I do not delete comments ever, no matter how vile or racist or homophobic they are. I will never, ever delete your comment. I think YouTube deletes them if there's a bad word in there. Okay? So, someone called Bestial Black Metal.
Maybe he regretted his comment.
Maybe?
He was like, I was wrong.
I'm sorry. You guys are great. No, don't say that.
That was an overreaction.
Yeah, I got mad. I had a bad day at work. I came home. I was angry. I had a couple of drinks. And I wrote something I regretted, and it might have gotten me fired from my job in this society, which I don't think you should be for writing the words you did, but they might do it. Anyway, so if YouTube did delete you, I'm sorry. Okay, but it was still in my whatever they're called, the notifications. Yes, it's still up there, but it's no longer in the comment section of the video. This is for the Apsu video, and I'm glad you commented that because it really wasn't that much backlash on the Apsu video we did. Not enough backlash as I hoped. Fucking stupid clowns. Absu rules. Absu, not Apsu. Absu rules. So maybe he doesn't like
Get
Apsu.
with the program, guys.
Well, maybe he hates Apsu.
Names changed.
Maybe he's like, I don't like them anymore. But Prescriptor is the man. He's the man, yes. And that fucking trans guitarist is a fucking pussy, gay F-word son of a bitch. That's probably why you got YouTube. If you write that on YouTube, you probably get.
YouTube picks that one up.
Yeah, the thing picks it up. I didn't delete you for writing it. There is no place for a fucking F gay word and it cuts off. But thank you, Mr. Bestial. Maybe you spelled bestial wrong. You like fucking animals. That's fine.
It could be like a beast.
Beast.
Bestial.
Bestial.
Bestiality is
Fucking
the fucking
bestial.
animal. But bestial just means like a beast.
Fuck like a beast.
It's their
Okay.
vocab. I want to know from this guy, like, if you're the type of person who would say this about a trans person, like, what about Prescriptor do you find particularly manly?
He wants to be fucked in the
makes you
ass.
feel comfortable.
He wants to be fucked by a Prescriptor.
But like, if this guy is gay, why would he want that?
Well,
He would be fine with. Why would he be throwing this out there? I'm just saying, like, if you look on any like interview with Prescriptor, like half the comments below are calling him gay.
and there's no problem with that.
I don't care if he's gay or not.
that he's
Obviously,
gay.
I'm just saying he's not like the chattiest guy.
I want to.
He's not a chat. He's the opposite of a chat.
I'm soft, but I want to put him in a garbage can. My soft ass wants to pick him up and put him in a garbage can like the nerd he is.
So it's hard for me to understand people who would be totally behind him firing someone for being trans because they don't like trans people, but then not caring about this very campy ass Prescriptor fellow.
He's just cringy. He's a cringy person. Yeah, I want to bully him. I want to bully him in high school. Put him in a garbage, put him in a locker, shove him in a locker, maybe. I never did those things, but now I could. I could do it to him.
I would have been out there defending him from you up until this happened.
No, I'm going to put him in the locker. I never did that to people,
Be
but
like, no, don't hurt him.
I could probably do that. I'm a soft guy, as you all point out, but I could probably do it to him.
He looks pretty small.
Yeah, I could do that to him. He'd be scared of me. Not too many people are scared of
But
me.
he would cast a spell on you, though.
On Skyrim, I have the robe.
No, he would cast a real spell on you.
Yeah, but I have a real robe of magic
You do not
resistance.
have a real.
I do. It's real. Okay, it's real as anything.
Listen.
Okay, so yeah. What do we got next? Parallel realm. This also got deleted, and I, like I said, I don't know why this got deleted. Two losers, and this is where you changed, Mr. Parallel Realm. You changed our intro. Thank you. No one has the power. You don't know what kind of power you have to be able to do that. You are special, sir. Parallel Realm. Two losers in their mom's basement calling Graves a loser. Oh, yes. Yes, we are. Interesting. At least he fucking tried. Yeah, okay. I guess he did. Okay. Okay, you're right. I'm making fun of a guy that, didn't do the status quo thing. He probably has to do the status quo thing now to live. I mean, yeah, he tried. He got in a big band, a famous band. He got to sing for them. His albums were not bad. I'll admit that. I know all of you hate those albums, Famous Monsters and wherever the other fucking one was. And I know you all hate those albums. You like Michael Graves because he's a proud boy and he represents your stupid fucked up way of life, your stupid fucked up philosophy. You don't like those albums. I know you people don't like his music. I know you don't. But he's your little hero, so that's
They're just
fine.
taking whatever icon they can get, okay?
Yeah, and he's your guy, and yeah, that's a real one to look, to really put on a pedestal. But yeah, at least let's continue. At least you fucking tried. What the fuck have you done? I've done this show, and I've got how many subscribers have we got? 130, is it? No, it's not even that many. Well,
don't count.
Well, how many do you have, sir? Yeah, liberal cucks. Yes. Oh, by the way, we're liberal cucks. Yes. That hurts.
That hurts.
The heart. So yeah, but your comment got deleted, but it was in our notifications.
I wonder why.
I don't know. You didn't write anything bad. You're the best comment ever, Ek. You're our best comment.
I wish we were in my mom's basement.
Yes. Oh yes. By the way, we're not. We're upstairs actually. We're up on the second floor. It's kind of hot up here. This is our office room. Yes, we have a house. together.
All right, let's not.
I'm not gonna tell I'm not gonna dox ourselves. I'm just telling we're not living in our mom's basement. And
Wouldn't that be nice though if she like bought us like Pop-Tarts and shit?
yeah, well, we'd have to take out the garbage though, like for then
You do that anyway.
I do. Well, yeah, I have to take out the garbage. When you grow up, you have to take out the. You were a kid, you're good. I gotta take it. When you grow up, you have to take out the garbage unless you have a kid to do it for you. We don't have a kid to do it for us, so I take out the garbage. Every whatever day it is, and I take care of this house. But yeah, we're not in the basement. We're on the second floor. It's kind of hot up here. The basement is also really hot though. I have a music room down in the basement, and
All right. We'll do the house tour another day.
No, I'm not gonna do the house tour. Like, I'm not showing them the house. They'll like figure it out. These nerds will like zero in with the GPS coordinates.
Do not even say those words.
What?
All right.
What?
Let's keep going.
What words? What words?
Let's keep going.
What words did you say? I said these nerds.
Don't say that idea.
Oh, they might think of it. No, they probably already thought of it. They probably know already. No, they're gonna hate us more to do that. I don't think they hate us that much. You have to be like.
All right. Are there any other comments?
Yeah, there. MJKG. Is that Michael Graves? Is that actually
Yes, that's
Michael
definitely
Graves?
Michael Graves.
Michael Graves, have you contacted us? I'm honored that I doubt it though. It's probably just some guy because he has a Misfits logo, which would be wrong because Michael Graves doesn't deserve to have a Misfits logo. You're not in the Misfits, so you haven't been in the Misfits in 20 years. So I don't know what to tell you. Why do you talk about something you know nothing about? But I do know about it. I know something. I know as much as the next guy about it. You're not in the Misfits anymore. You kind of still play up that thing, and I don't blame you. I was a star football player in high school, and you're still living that. Okay, fine. But yeah, you come across some news story and make some inaccurate, unfunny. There's been multiple comments on my unfunny jokes. Am I not funny, everyone? Am I not funny? Am I?
I think you're all right.
Yeah, I'm okay. That's what Chevy Chase says to people. Like he's like, "You're just all right." And that's an insult usually when he's yelling at some young comedian. He's like, "You're just all right." Well, I'm just all right.
You're just all right.
I'm just all right.
It's true.
I'm just all right. I wasn't raised to be a comedian. I guess I add a little bit of laughiness to this thing just naturally. I didn't write these jokes. I don't have Jackie the Joke Man here to write me jokes or anything. I kind of just make them up as I go along. I think I'm kind of a little bit jovial, right? I mean, I keep the thing, I'm not funny though. Okay. But I'm not funny. And yeah, maybe that's Michael Graves. If you're Michael Graves, comment down below. MJKG. Comment down below if you are really, because I have, maybe he's Michael Graves. Jimmy Z. He's a loser. That you're talking about someone who knows someone that you're there. He's a loser that you're talking about, and no one knows who you are. Well, yeah. What does that mean? What is that? Or is that some like white power thing?
I don't know what that is.
Have you seen that before?
No.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Don't Google it.
No. What is Uhuru? What is Uhuru? What is Uhuru? Is that some weird thing that you guys? I feel like I've heard that before. So comment down below. What is that? Tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. I feel like I've seen that before, and it means something. It's some kind of war cry or something. I could be completely wrong. I could be talking out of my ass, but that's my theory. This guy also says, this guy made another comment. Jimmy Z, our favorite, Jimmy Z, also said,
"Hey, it's Jimmy Z."
It's Jimmy Z. And Jimmy Z says, if you're out of high school, and if you wear a Dead Kennedy shirt, you're not fit to criticize anyone. So I stopped wearing, and I wore a DEFCON 1 shirt, who you should learn.
Dead Kennedys for fucking babies.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who wore Dead Kennedy shirts in high school. No one was cool enough. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I stopped wearing the Dead Kennedy because they're for high school kids. They're completely catering to high school kids. Yeah, so I wore my DEFCON 1 shirt. So find out who that is and see if let me know if DEFCON 1 is okay to wear at my old age. And when
yes, everyone look up DEFCON 1.
Mm-hmm. DEFCON 1.
Pretty underground, but very vital.
Yeah, pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal, man. Yeah. So let me know.
You think Michael Graves is important to the Jersey scene?
Oh yeah, they are not where they are.
DEFCON 1 is the real shit, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The real shit.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. I knew Michael Graves would hit hard because it's home. Maybe... Well, who knows if these commenters are from New Jersey? I don't know where they're from. They could be from all around the world. Oh, we got one more. 8 coins. Why... And this guy commented to Jimmy Z. I don't know if he's really commenting towards, but he commented under Jimmy Z. Why most of the things the band said in their lyrics still applies today. What band? You mean the Misfits? through that video, this video, I guess, that video is awful no matter what political views you have. Stretching a paragraph to 10, yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, okay, that's what we do. That's what everyone does. I take a paragraph and I stretch it 10 minutes if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, if I can get 10 minutes out of a stupid paragraph, we had a good day.
Well, you had that anecdote about, what's his name in there?
Who's that?
Keith Emerson.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I told a personal story where... Listen, I tell you stories like your little my little children.
Featured
okay?
Michael Graves in a very ancillary capacity.
Yeah, Michael Graves was not the focus of that story. I was there. I saw that Michael Graves was on the list. I was like, oh yeah, he's here. I was there to see Keith Emerson, naturally, like everyone was, and Steve Guttenberg. Yeah, why would I want to see Michael Graves? I feel like he's pretty common. Rudy Sarzo was there. Marina Sirtis was there as well. And a number of other people.
All right, I don't want to hear the story again.
I'm not going to tell it again. But I went back specifically that day and paid to get in. The stupid price, however, was like $10 to get into this fucking thing. Then you pay another $40 to get an autograph from Keith Emerson, who was, very grateful to have the autograph. Even though I was kind of trolling him. I was playing with him.
All right, you told the story last time. Let's move on.
But he's more important than Michael Graves. He did a lot more for music than Michael Graves. Sorry. Okay, so thank you all for coming. Keep commenting down below. Keep with the bad stuff. Keep with the hate. Keep with the vitriol, the venom, all that shit. Keep it up, because it keeps us alive. If you guys all wrote good comments, I would be sad. I would feel suspicious. I would be paranoid. I don't handle success well, so I would be like, why are they giving us good comments? I don't deserve them. I do nothing good at this show. My jokes aren't funny. But honestly, I think these comments are too good to be true. And I have a feeling that our friends are like writing them. But they're not real. Do you ever feel that way? Like they're not just people fucking with us? Like they're not real? Like it would break my heart to find out my friends were just doing
like
his...
if Richard wrote
every comment. He got like a bunch of friends of his and like, yeah, let's just fuck with him. I'd be really let down that it was just like my friends the whole time. I'd be really let down. Like that you aren't real people that really hate me. So yeah, anyway, if you are real, or if you're fake, just keep making me believe that people care about me. Thank you. That's my rant for today. Thank you very much. Let's get on with the music reviews. We have a good amount of real music reviews this time of obscure bands that you probably never heard of because you're not hip enough.
All right.
There we go. Okay, so what do we got here?
We have Gulch with their album Impenetrable Cerebral Fortress.
That is deep as fuck.
This is a metalcore. I'm putting a question mark on that metalcore band.
Well, let's be careful with that. Now, that's the proper meaning of metalcore. Not to be confused with what people think metalcore. It's a complicated thing.
Like metalcore, that's actually a mixture of metal and hardcore.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the whole thing about it right now.
That's not crossover.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bad word, but you're right though.
Let's take a look at these boys.
Dun, 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 dun.
There they are.
Bunch of regular looking guys.
Hardcore guys, you know.
Hardcore guys, like the old days.
They are from Santa Cruz, California.
That is where?
It is near San Francisco.
Oh, it's in the Bay. Okay. Yeah.
It's like south, I believe.
South Bay.
And they've been around since 2016. They were formed by members of Spinebreaker and Drain.
I don't know that.
Not familiar, but it's true.
It's true.
And this is their debut album on Closed Casket Activities.
Is that the name of one of their albums?
Yeah. That's the name of the label.
Is that one of their albums though?
No.
Oh.
Let's
Do. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're right. Yeah.
Let's look at the album.
Album. Now this oh no, we don't want to talk about that yet, right?
Just bring it up. All right. Now we will discuss this release on a series of uninformative measures.
They're not uninformative at all. They're
to be determined. Please comment what you think about this.
Yeah,
this is all new.
Any categories maybe you want to add to our ratings device, please?
All right.
Be polite about it.
As I said before, metalcore, ? I'm not even sure what metalcore is. Nobody is anymore.
We have to do a study on that, what that is.
So, is this a true to form metalcore band, or are they doing something different? We are judging they're doing something a little bit different.
We're going to get heat over that metalcore comment if whoever's paying attention. Yeah, but that's fine. We'll discuss that.
What I would call this, throwing out that term for now, is hardcore with some like death metal elements, some like chunks of death metal in there. Just like some tremolo guitars sometimes, real death metal riffs. The breakdowns are very death metal to me.
Death metal intervals. Like stuff that would never be in hardcore back in the day.
Like, and if it's hardcore treading the line with metal, unlike crossover, it's not with thrash, it's with death metal.
Yeah.
Is that what metalcore is? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Like,
it could be deathcore. I don't know. This new stuff, we have to study this stuff. If you know about it, if you know the proper definition, comment down below. Help us.
And I found the last song on this album, Sin in My Heart. I found it was a little moody, more melodic.
That kind of brings it down a bit when they get to the last song.
I almost found a little emo.
Yeah.
A little screaming. Yeah. Little elements there.
Maybe they were influenced by that.
And for a hardcore album, I found this to be kind of like dynamic. It's got some softer moments or more like clear moments, and then like the more like intense hardcore rah-rah moments. So yeah, I would say they've got their own kind of proprietary kind of hardcore going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, very interesting.
Yeah, they're in that. Can I just say there's kind of a new genre of hardcore, a new hardcore, and they're all kind of doing this. They're all kind of incorporating death and black into which is a new thing, which is a new route of hardcore music. They're embracing their death metal roots and black metal roots. It's more than punk rock, more than metal in general. More than thrash as they used to. It's a good thing. It's different.
All right. Next measure here.
Okay, so okay, so this our first measure is Sonic Terror versus Distorted Pop. What does that mean? Sonic Terror is obviously something hard to listen to. Distorted Pop is something like, oh, that's kind of pleasant. It's heavy, but it's pleasant. You know what I mean by that. So it's got like the low tune guitars, very low tune guitars, very hard hitting drum grooves. I like the way those drums hit, like boom. They're very groovy. It's got a groove to it. I like it. It's like ooh, right? And the songs are kind of catchy to me. Despite they're very aggressive, the thing is catchy. I like it.
Yes, but the guitars are very discordant, dissonant.
Mm-hmm.
The vocals is largely anguish shrieking. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore grunting.
No singing.
No clear singing on this.
That's a good thing.
This whole album, it seems like the mental lyrical themes is mental unhealth, and you will feel unhealthy listening to this. So
I didn't feel unhealthy. I liked it.
I mean, I liked it.
I grew up with stuff like this, so I'm like, this is cool.
I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it's not supposed to make you feel comfortable. It's not easy listening. That's why we're putting it very firmly in the Sonic Terror.
There's worse, in my experience. But yeah.
There's always worse, but it's very firmly in the Sonic Terror.
Yeah. And when I say it's worse, it doesn't mean you guys are bad in any way. If you guys are listening, comment down below. And you guys are great. We think you're great, by the way. Yeah.
All right. Production levels on this thing. It's pretty decent. It's not too lo-fi at all. You can hear shit. You hear what's going on.
It's not as lo-fi as it should be. Yeah.
The mixing. I mean, it should be more lo-fi. You think?
Yeah, stuff like this you kind of expect it to be these days, but no, it's not. It's not.
I think it could have been a little cleaner.
It fits.
Just like a smidge cleaner.
But I like what it is.
But a little upset. I think they were going for this chaotic, very messy feel.
But
so
the studio guys just knew what they were doing, or they weren't.
It is tasteful. It is it's not an extreme production at either end.
Just right.
Moving on.
That's right. All right. So can't play versus too many notes. That basically that means complexity versus just chaos. There's not much into their playing. I mean, it's expected of hardcore grind kind of stuff. And when the guy does play solo, it's kind of just like he's kind of like throwing his fingers all over the guitar, not in like the way Matt Pike does it and makes it sound cool. Like Matt Pike, you'll see him just go up to the thing.
It's just a standard death metal kind of.
He's not using technique though. For me, as a guitarist, he's just going kind of going.
Yeah.
He's not like putting any effort into it, and that's fine. It works. It's kind of.
These guys are fine. It is what it is. It's not especially demanding or technical music. They're doing it well. They're tight. They sound good. The rhythms are all there. Like
you said before, the final track almost starts like a normal song. It's like, what happened here? It's like a normal song. It starts like a normal song. So they know how to play. Like they know how to play. It's just they're just doing the extreme thing, which is fine, which is cool. But a new kind of extreme, not like there's different kinds of extreme things, and like that kind of music you hear on WSU all the time, like that kind of extreme is just kind of dumb. But this is just like
all right,
a thing I like.
Moving on. This is a fun album. I mean, I mentioned before, themes are kind of dark.
Is it fun?
Lyrical themes are definitely kind of dark.
How fun is it? Is it fun, 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 fun?
I mean, it's more like you're like, shit, life sucks, but I'm going to get into this, circle pit.
Can I play it on Friday?
What do you... No,
Gonna
shut
get
up
down
right
on
now.
Friday.
Oh my God.
Fun.
Why are you doing that? Stop. There's like, I can't remember what song it's on, but there's like this like fun little like marching band drum thing and they do for a second. Like, these guys are having fun, but they're also feeling a lot of pain. Like, isn't that what hardcore is?
Well, some people take it really seriously.
Okay, yeah, there is very serious
Especially
hardcore.
around here, right? They take it seriously around here. I know the scene.
And, I mean, maybe they do take it seriously. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds fun to me. I think it's fun.
They look
fun times.
No, we saw their live thing with they're all skins, and they look like they're having fun.
You think so?
Yeah, that video we saw of them playing live on the stage, they were smiling and stuff. They weren't like, bleh! Like they looked like they were like, hey, everyone was having a good time here. And they weren't the headlining band. They had this like pit going, even though the crowd was kind of sparse. There was a lot of people kind of hanging back, but there were some people really getting into it. Right? That's fun. That's always fun.
Well, yes, it's very fun.
Yeah. So
this album is 15 minutes long. How can you not have fun?
Love it. I love when people have 15-minute albums, like the last band we did.
Entry.
15.
Another hardcore band.
These
hardcore bands, keep it coming.
Keep it short. You guys are doing it. That's why you guys are cool, because no one else is a fucking hour-long record.
And yet we will respect it on the level of an LP.
Yeah. What's the difference? Who cares? Yeah, it's all you guys need. This is more than effective. You got the message across in 15 minutes. That is a talent in its own.
Yes.
Got it done. You guys don't need an hour. Don't need an hour. Got it done quicker and more efficiently, and it was more cost effective.
All right, lastly.
And is this hipster or boomer? This new hardcore grind sound, featuring the kind of black and death metal myth is, I don't think it's for the old people. It's a young man's game, this thing. Like, I know the old man hardcore scene, okay? Do I not know do I know?
You don't think they'd like this?
I don't think so. I think if I started breaking out riffs like this, I don't think you guys would like this. I want to, but, I don't think...
just try.
Yeah, I should just... And I don't know. I'd like to.
Freak them out.
But this... In the shows we used to play, the other bands are not doing this. And they're young bands. Like some of them.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it is.
But I agree. This is definitely a young scene. They're definitely coming out of a scene here.
It's a new cool thing. Switched on. It's not for you old people.
They're switched on.
It's not for you old people. It's not for you.
They've got their finger on the pulse, so that's why they're being judged as hipsters. Again, this is not a good or bad thing.
No, nothing. None of these things. They're either like on either side of a scale on the litmus paper, but acid or base. But they're not bad. So we're never. We're doing this for the love of our hearts. If we have you on here, that means we listen to you and we're like, this is good.
We've cataloged you.
Yeah.
We have given you numerical code,
mm-hmm.
and we will assign you a spirit animal within the week.
And now for more unfunny jokes.
And let's just take a moment to look at this album art.
Okay, we will do an interpretive study of the album art. Now, I thought this was a Gacy when I saw it. Doesn't it look? If you've seen the acid bath
I'm not
cover?
Terribly familiar with Gacy's.
So, look at the acid bath cover. I thought it was a Gacy. It is not a Gacy.
It is a Boone Naka.
Boone Naka
is, I believe, a tattoo artist.
This is like more. This is like not as dark as Gacy, I guess. It's weird, but it's not.
It's pretty dark.
It is dark, but like Gacy stuff is like really fucking
We
weird,
appeared to have a demonoid-looking female
pouring blood
pouring
into
blood.
a fountain. That's head spews blood into another fountain. It's siphoning out into another fountain with a guy drowning in blood with spikes around it so he can't get out. And these disembodied faces here. They're not skulls, but they're like disembodied faces. Maybe they're drained of blood.
And yet there's like a nice
Flowers.
flower lay.
There's a lay.
This is very beautiful. I do like this.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice thing. I would like to hang up in somewhere in this house.
I would say it does capture a lot of the anxiety on the album.
Mm-hmm.
So good job.
I like
Very
it.
nice.
I like your artwork.
Very beautiful.
I like it. Okay, what do we got next?
All right.
Okay, go. What's this?
Ice War.
Ice War.
With their album Defender, Destroyer.
Who won the Ice War? Is this the same as the Winter War fought between the Soviet Union and Finland?
No.
No.
This is the Ice War, fought by the one-man band Joe Capitalicide since 2016. This is a
Fighting the Ice War.
heavy metal, speed metal band. Let's take a look at Joe here.
Joe Capitalicide. How goes the Ice War against the Rebel Alliance?
Let's take a look at Joe.
Look at Joe. He's having it.
He's in the Ice War. He's fighting it.
He's got a tattoo.
He's got a fucking neck tattoo.
Joe, what do you do for a living? Just want to know.
He lives in Ottawa.
He's like, I capital. It's like, what part of fucking Capitalicide don't you understand, asshole? I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
We don't know if he's mean or angry.
I'm like, what do you do? How do you get what job do you work with a tattoo on your neck? That's what I'm
right.
I'm from corporate America. I'm wondering what you do. How you got through a job interview with that? He's like, you fucking capitalist. Anyway, I'm not making fun of you.
All right. But let's discuss Defender Destroyer. Take a look at that.
Okay.
It is his fourth album on Fighter Records.
This is his logo, by the way. It's cool.
I like that logo.
That's cool. That's to the point. That fits.
Let's look at the album.
Okay. Da-na-na-na. Gunfire outside, don't worry.
And again, this is his fourth album on Fighter Records. Label mates with Greyhawk, who we discussed the other week.
Yeah.
Power metal band. Anyway.
These guys are better than Greyhawk. This guy is better than Greyhawk.
What kind of music is this? As Metal Archives has him as speed metal, heavy metal. I largely agree.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not getting all the way into like true to form, uncreative, because he's mixing a lot of very punk elements. This guy really loves Paul Di'Anno Maiden, I would say, where it was like
there's a lot of influence,
extreme punk elements, but he takes it even further, I would say.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like he's marrying pop punk and speed metal in parts.
Yeah, it's not the usual crossover.
I mean, saying pop punk might be a little bit too far, but it's like nice punk. It's like friendly punk. It's not hardcore punk.
Yes.
It's fun punk.
Yeah, it's not like the way like some of the DRI kind of makes music.
I recommend tracks like Soldiers of Frost and Skull and Crossbones if you want to see what I'm talking about on this.
Yeah, this thing is good. One man.
This is a one-man band as per Metal Archives.
Always impressive when one man
Apparently it used to be a two-man band under a different name, but
the other guy have a fight with him?
I don't know. He
lost
lost and he's a fallen
Mr. Capitalicide
in the Ice War.
Oh brother, you have fallen. I'm trying to sing Manowar lyrics when it's on that song where his friend dies and he goes, that one. It's on the first album. I would sing it if I remembered it. I've listened to Manowar in a while.
Do you have any comments on this musical style here?
Yeah, this punk rock crossover it's like punk rock crossover, but like punk, but like I said, not like the way like DRI kind of like music crossover, that's sort of like hardcore music. This is actual punk rock mixing. It's almost like like the early Iron Maiden albums when Iron Maiden wasn't sure, or where people weren't sure if Iron Maiden was punk or metal. Iron Maiden knew they were metal, but a lot of people were like, this is punk rock, right? And not until Bruce Dickinson got there was it like truly like a metal sound. But it's doing a much more hard, much more edge than Iron Maiden. I'm not saying you're better than Iron Maiden, sorry, but it's with like Manowar like lyrics, like not as like not to the level of Manowar's tackiness. I'm not disrespecting Manowar. I'm just saying this guy's not tacky at all with the lyrics. He's more, just they fit more in a punk rock song. Whereas I don't think you can ever have Manowar lyrics fit in a punk rock song. I don't know if anyone wants to try that.
Anyway, he's getting a 3 on this scale because yes, he's definitely doing the speed metal. He's definitely doing the heavy metal. It's non-genre, but with those punk elements, he's got his own thing going on here. Yeah. So he's doing a little bit of innovation.
Seeing the guy who's behind this music is kind of surprising. Like that guy did this. The guy with the.
What do you mean?
The tattoo on his neck.
What's wrong with that?
Like I said, punk rock kind of fits him.
Yeah, punks have tattoos.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying,
All right.
It's a little metal for a guy.
This guy is metal. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This guy's totally metal.
Mr. Capitalis, comment down below.
Tell us how you got that tattoo.
I want you to watch
what
this,
it means.
I want you to watch this review. Okay, you're a one-man guy. You're not above the law. I want you to watch this review. Okay.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, what do we got here? Sonic Terror versus Sword of Pop. Okay, so this is very easy to listen to. This is not harsh in any way. I love what you're doing. It's something I can listen to when I'm running, possibly. It's not harsh in any way. It's got this ambiguous like metal or punk sound. like I said, like very descendant of the first two Maiden records. But play with more fury, like I said. Yeah, there's nothing unpleasant about the sound. It's all the way to the right.
I would say like when it gets speed metal, it does get pretty fast and heavy and relentless.
It's not like dissonant in any way. Like he's playing good solos. He's really following the confines of metal and punk.
Yes,
which to today's standards are very sane.
Overall, it's very fun, very listenable, pretty simple.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of those choruses are very catchy and memorable.
Yeah, he's got melodies.
You'll find yourself humming these songs later.
He did the impossible. He made melodies with very little effort. Okay,
we don't know if that is no effort.
I mean, he took a long time. No, I think he just did it because he's talented. He's actually talented. There's a lot of people that just don't understand the concept of melody, like myself, who just can't make one. But this guy did. And,
all right.
He's good.
Discussing the production values on this thing, we're a very balanced middle of the road here. Mm-hmm. It's a retro style for sure. He's obviously going for a very retro 80s sound. Mm-hmm. You can hear everything well, and it's kind of like the high end of DIY, I would say.
DIY.
Do yourself it.
Do yourself it.
And yeah, I think it's very tasteful. It's good.
It's good.
And yeah, good job. Not too many notes on that.
No, not too many notes. Yeah, it's impressive for one man to get this down. Yeah, he's right on target. It's not too many. There's not too many notes, sir. Not too many notes. And yeah, like I said, our scales don't like mean good or bad, but too many notes to me is like, man, got too many notes, man.
Are you saying that's bad? I like too many notes.
I don't like too many notes.
Anyway, I think maybe this has got more as like a 3. I don't know. We can fight.
You don't have too many notes. Your music is good.
The speed metal has a lot of notes.
But okay, having a lot of notes. Slayer has a lot of notes because they have a lot of zeros. Doesn't mean you have too many notes. Because there's still one. It's still the same note.
Speaking about the quality of the playing, this music doesn't really care about being good or clean so much as conveying a raw feeling. Like Defender Destroyer will smash the gates of hell, and you believe it because he's got all that energy.
I'm gonna let him smash them first, since he's got the weapons. Like he's commanding the Ice War. So I'm gonna stand behind him when he dares smash the gates of hell. So like when the thing comes out, maybe he has to fight it first, or it gets him first.
Okay. I enjoy the Steve Harris style bass.
Yeah, he's good at that.
A lot. I feel like bass might be his main instrument.
Maybe he's playing it all.
Let us know if you're watching.
Yeah.
Vocals are rough. Kind of get like slightly out of key, but like in a good way.
He has a way of singing.
I'm very critical on vocals, but this was good to me.
I'm trying to put my finger on what you sound like. Comment down below, Ice War guy, who you're trying to sound like, because you sound very familiar. And I can't put my finger on who you sound like, who you're inspired, who is your vocal inspiration, if any. I want to know who it is, because I'm like, who does he sound like?
It's an endearing vocal. I enjoyed it.
It fits the music very well.
And I will say though, sometimes the rhythm's a little bit loose.
That's okay.
Sometimes the whole
how hard it is
whole thing, it sounds a little loose, like it's about to fall apart.
You know how hard it is to do an album yourself?
I don't know. I feel like, as I said, it's conveying a feeling very strongly, even when it sounds like it's about to fall apart sometimes.
Everything's about to fall
apart. It's
good.
Like that's like a plus, I would say, for this kind of music.
Society's about to fall apart any moment.
Exactly. Okay. It's a metaphor.
If this guy is a remember on the Mozart movie when the person's like an eighth of a note off and he's like, it's wrong. Remember, like Mozart,
late?
It's like, it's wrong. He's like, you're late. It's like, what do you mean? He's like the guy from Whiplash. He's like, no, you're wrong. It's like he's almost like that.
All right. Well, we're taking it easy over here. We don't care too much about that.
I'm not offended
because this album is a fun album.
Yeah, it's fun. So
very fun, very listenable, very simple.
Yeah.
I noticed on Metal Archives they put his themes as anti-capitalism, anti-government,
I don't really see it.
Native issues. I was listening for it too, and I didn't really get maybe some anti-war elements.
Wait, maybe the Ice War is like this crusade for social justice.
I mean, he's been doing this
metaphor
for a while, but anyway.
Maybe the Metal Archive, since they're all from Canada, they're from geographically near him. Maybe they understand what he's talking about, and we don't.
Oh, we just don't get it?
Yeah.
I don't know. The main theme of all
I
the
see
songs,
an ice war. I'm a mouth breather. I see an ice war.
The main theme of these songs seems to be vengeance to me.
Yeah, I think maybe there's a hidden message that we don't get.
A lot of the imagery on the albums features Native American stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
on the prior albums as well.
That's like a Canadian.
If you didn't know,
it's a native Canadian.
Native American, North American.
North American. It's not our Indians. It's his geographically. They had ones up there too.
If you didn't know, Canada
that weren't ours.
Committed cultural genocide.
Yes.
On their
Oh yeah. By the way, you Canadians are not so innocent.
No, they're not innocent.
Canadians are always like on Facebook, like, oh, we do everything so good. What's wrong with you Americans? Like, all right, guys.
But
yeah, it's like you guys.
Joe Capitel's side is out there fighting for the
he's
First Nations people.
He's calling out Canada. He's like, oh no. He's like, no. Oh no, Canada. Don't think you're. What does that sound?
I don't know. Psst. Let's keep going. But yes, this is a very fun album, and if you don't like this album, I don't know what you could want out of life.
Yeah.
Honestly, what do you want from your metal if you don't like this and you're not having fun?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's he keeps there's one song that's kind of environmental though. Running Out of Time. Seems he talks about like smokestacks and stuff. It's like seems
maybe he's talking about global warming.
Yeah, I think he is.
All right. Exactly. Our last
and is it hipster or boomer? Well, it falls in the middle. The sound basically captures a bygone sound that we all love. It's metal, it's punk, and but it's with a retro in a world of like retro happy bands, it sounds kind of timeless, I think, what he's doing. Yeah, because a lot of people are doing it today.
He's definitely outside of a scene, I would say. Yeah. Like he's making kind of on trend music, doing like the traditional heavy metal. But it's not part of a scene really, and he's definitely doing his own thing out there, which is why he's getting the middle of the road treatment right here. Mm-hmm. Basically saying,
yeah, if some like older person heard this, they might think it's old, but this is awesome. They're not gonna hate it. They're not gonna be like weirded out by it because it sounds like something they could be familiar with.
But I enjoyed this album a lot. What do we think of the cover art?
This is right. This is like I didn't even notice this was like a native guy. You know, that's kind of cool. I did not see that at all. I thought it was like an ice war guy, like a Viking guy or something. You know, like you think maybe the ice war obviously has to do with Canada, not like Viking stuff.
Well, yeah.
Oh wait, it's all coming clear to me now. I didn't get this. Obviously, Canada is a place of ice, and I'm thinking like Norway and shit, like Manowar kind of stuff, or like black metal kind of stuff. You know, the ice giants. But no, he's talking about Canada.
Canada.
Because we all think there's no problem. We feel like Canada, there's no ice giants there.
This guy's fighting the ice war in Canada.
It's a different thing. It's like a Native American thing. It's not a Viking thing at all. Yeah, Native rights. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Did you know that? I'm a Canadian citizen. Long story. I'll save it for another time. I probably mentioned it before, but anyway. I'm technically a Canadian citizen.
I like this album a lot. It's going on my short list for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
How do you feel?
It's great. Ice War Guy, Capitel's on. Comment down below. Tell us what you think. We hope you get this review. We hope you're happy with it. We're looking forward to your next solo production.
You should check out his older stuff. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Okay. What five? Live Burial. What do we think? What do we know about this?
This is Live Burial, Unending Futility.
Live Burial.
This is a death/thrash/proto-death, and I'm gonna say thrash progressive death band from Newcastle, England.
That's a different place for death metal these days.
I don't hear about stuff coming from Newcastle.
I'm not judging, but that's a different place for death. That's a very different place for death metal.
I mean, there's always, one or two death metal bands out of England.
Sure. It's not known for it, but they have like notable death metal bands. They're more of the grindcore thing, but they have some notable, the old Bolt Thrower. They were like, it's a different thing though. They weren't part of like the scenes. The pivotal scenes, like the Sweden and the Florida.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we just didn't hear about their lesser bands.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just the ones that punched through. And only one or two punched through.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You only had a couple of them.
Moving on to their album. This is their second album. Let's bring it up. Dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun. That is not a very death metal album cover.
Unending Futility. I wouldn't peg it as death metal just looking at the cover.
Death metal albums, they like gore. Gore is like a theme. This is not.
Well, we'll talk about that. But this is their second album on Transcending Obscurity Records. All right, as I mentioned, they're death metal plus this kind of death metal plus thrash. So obviously they're not going to be too in the true area over here where they're true to one genre. They're obviously blending a few styles. I would liken it to swinging between proto-death kind of Slayer or Possessed worship to more proggy Death or Morbid Angel style.
Yeah. Slows down that Morbid Angel sound.
Yeah, and modern terms, I would call it a thrashier blood incantation.
Yeah, without the we'll get into it later. That's another category.
Without the what?
It's another category that we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay. But yeah, so they kind of, I feel like they smash these two styles together.
Yeah.
They've got that fretless bass that really just brings it home as far as the Death influence.
Yeah, they're doing like
but they've got some very thrashy parts as well. Yeah. So it's interesting, especially as someone who likes both styles.
It's in that like late 80s that we're just like figuring out like Florida death metal thing.
Yeah.
It's a good era to be in. That's an interesting era of music when thrash was kind of like in its height, but meanwhile there was this other thing coming up. These people are going, thrash is not fucking brutal enough, and then you had this other scene coming up. You know?
All right. They also have like one of those light songs on here that thrash likes to do.
Yep, the light part.
A little like Spanish ditty in there.
Yeah, they used to always, like every thrash band in the late 80s had to do that. They were like, look, we like you always get that from Testament. Or even like Metallica would do it at a lot of much more simple level, but like Testament would usually do it like kind of more complicated because they had like Alex Skolnick or something. But or like all those bands had to have like the light part. In the height of thrash, every like thrash band had to have the light part, and it was always expected. Like they'd have an interlude in the middle of the song to have like a light acoustic part. It's like, look, we could play. Like I don't know what it was for. It was like, look, we could play. I don't know what the reason for, but everyone did it.
I mean, sometimes if you have a really intense like thrashy album, it's nice to have a little break.
I don't like it now, but back then I thought it was, when I was a kid, when I was 12, I thought it was awesome.
You were impressed?
I thought it was fucking awesome.
See, it works.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone else thinks it's awesome now.
It adjusted the mind. It really had an effect on the mind of a 12-year-old.
Plus, you're listening to it on like a record or something. You're not going to get up and...
It was on the radio, WSOU usually.
They would play the slow...
Yeah. WSC wouldn't like cut out the song. They wouldn't shorten the song.
Oh, they'd play the whole. Yeah. Oh, you mean a section? But I'm talking about like a song, like a dedicated song that's light.
Like a slow part. Yeah, there was some bands. A lot of bands had ballads, even like heavier bands.
We got one of those.
Suicidal Tendency had ballads.
It's not a ballad. It's like a ditty. It's like an interlude.
Like an interlude in the song. But yeah, bands would
that's
do that
a whole
too.
song.
It was the thing. They're capturing the era perfectly. Authentically, faithfully.
No, because I don't think you'd have a single band incorporating both of these styles. Back then.
Yeah, they're taking all, because the thrash bands, the death metal bands wouldn't really do that.
Because the thrash sounds like 86 or something, and the death metal sounds like, I don't know, 91.
Yeah.
So.
Or late 80s, for doing like the Possessed thing. It's kind of like late 80s. It's when thrash was kind of changing.
I would call Possessed thrash.
They're still thrash, but they're like, Possessed is at the last gate of thrash. They're like at the final little end of it. They're at the gateway.
All right.
They're as far as you could take thrash. Sonic Terror or Disordered Pop. This sound stops short of like the extreme sound that So it's in that. It's what I just said. It's like in that Possessed area. It's just like it's just there getting into like what early death metal was.
Yeah, as far as like
but it's not mouth breather death metal. It's not caveman death metal.
It is death metal, so no one's gonna call this easy to listen to.
Yeah,
most people would find this a little hard to approach, but
it's also complicated. It's a lot of notes.
It's many notes. But despite being so proggy, like I found this very listenable. I actually found like the proto death thrash parts were probably the most intense. Like the proggy death stuff's like almost a little melodic and pleasant for the most part.
It's a bit much for me.
It's a bit much.
Those bands are always like, I'm like, my small brain.
Death metal, you're automatically Sonic Terror, so
yeah, it's automatically there. But this is less than like Cannibal Corpse or something.
Approach only if you already have your death metal license.
Yeah, this is not caveman death metal by any means. This is not on the death metal triangle that Samantha invented. This does not fall under caveman at all.
Oh, definitely not.
This is complex. It's kind of nerd death metal.
This is a retro band, so for their production, they've definitely got that retro style. Production is very balanced, as I mentioned. They've got a fretless bass in here; you can hear it beautifully.
Yeah, they're doing that thing, and we know where that's from. We'll get into that in a second.
It's very old school, very echoey sound on those drums and shit.
Yeah, that
it's good.
High production drum sound. I don't like that. When I do drums, I want to do them like they're recorded in a room. Like, I love that basic drum sound. I want them to be heard, but I want them to sound like there's not a lot of mics on them.
I don't know.
Like when I do my fake drums, I purposely use only the room mic, the simulated room mic, so they sound like they're in a room and not like individually mic'd. It's a DIY sound. DIY. Sound.
It's a DIY.
I like my drums that way. Yeah, I like my drums.
Okay.
That way.
But I like this production on death metal a lot. I think production is very important for death metal.
Yeah, well, it's got it's got the.
It's kind of make or break for me anyway, and I think this goes a long way to making this album as listenable as it is.
It's got the Florida the Tampa place. What's it called?
More sound.
More sound. It's got the more sound.
More sound.
Yeah. More sound.
Anyway, good job on the production.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Yeah, they weren't fucking around with the production. So, can't play or too many notes. There's a lot of too many notes in this. They're going with that fretless Steve DiGiorgio philosopher sound. Like they're like, oh yeah, let's capture that death under Death's best lineup. When they and you know that when you hear like individual thought patterns or something, you hear that just like madness that's going on in the bass. And Steve DiGiorgio doesn't really do that anymore. He kind of plays this normally now with Testament. He doesn't really do that. Though, like he was kind of like he was like one of those noticeable bass players back then. It was like, whoa, what's this guy doing? And these guys are they're trying to.
Not every band wants to have the statement instrument be the bass.
Yeah, I don't like me personally, I don't like the fretless bass. It's a little too like.
I like the fretless bass.
Snobby for me. It's like,
I love that snobby sound.
Look, I don't need any frets. I know the notes are. And that's not. Shout out to you guys. I'm just saying,
I mean, they usually have markings on them.
Yeah, you could kind of.
You don't.
You can get like a quarter tone.
It's more about the style.
Yeah, so you don't have an exact. You don't want the exact note.
They are harder to play.
Well, yeah, there's no borders between the notes. So it's like a trombone. It's a trombone of your hand, or a violin, or a cello.
It's a trombone.
Yes, it's like a trombone. So yeah, it captures that sound. It captures that sound of Death's best lineup. For I think when they had Andy LaRock. We just discovered was a guest.
I would
musician.
argue Human was Death's best lineup.
Okay, fine. Scream, Bloody Gore. Either way, that they're all good. But yeah, Death kind of got really proggy at that point with that lineup. You got Andy LaRock on.
All right, we're talking about this album.
But yeah, the songs are a standard length, tolerable for death metal. Because you can only take so much death metal. Me anyway, before my brain starts melting, right? But yeah, they have one song called Cemetery Fog at the end, and it's 9 minutes long. That was hurtful.
Honestly, that song's kind of a banger. I like that song.
Cool. Like, you end it like
it's not boring though. It's intense, but it's not boring.
You think you're done with it, and it's like, no, you got 9 more minutes. It's like, oh, am I done with detention yet? It's like, no, you got another week. See you next week. It's not over yet. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It's just,
they're like, the album's 30 minutes.
It's a bit much.
Maybe it should be 40.
That's a lot of the, I don't appreciate the 9-minute song.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Never mind him.
I want the short song.
But yes.
Short attention span.
Again, this is death metal, and we're even doing progressive death, and we're doing extreme thrash, so obviously the playing skills got to be there, and it is.
Yeah, you got to be good to play this stuff, even if it doesn't sound good.
We've mentioned the bass a lot, like the bass player, guitar player.
Who's the bass player? Let's just find out. What's
guitar player?
Look at this guy.
Found his solos technical, but tasteful.
Lee Anderson. Lee Anderson is good.
He's been in a number of other bands as well.
I don't know what these bands are, but he sounds
not
like
familiar. They're all the same bands together. That's nice. They're all very good friends.
Anderson sounds like a guy who's like famous, but he's not. It's just like he sounds like a name.
Standard name.
Yes, it sounds like a guy who is popular. It's like, oh yeah, Lee Anderson, I know him.
All right, let's go back to the album.
Okay. So, yeah.
But yes, Maledictus over here appreciates a tasteful guitar solo.
Yeah, they had them. Well, sometimes I do. And they put him in there. They needed them.
He appreciates the guitar solo that isn't masturbatory.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, like I like it, like I'm not always for a guitar solo when it's not needed. Like a lot of these bands are just kind of half-assed guitar solos. That's fine. Like Ice War guy, like he's keeping them real simple. He's just putting them like where they're needed, like literally. These guys are going to be a little more liberal with their solos.
It's death metal,
but they're not masturbating on the solos though. They're not. They're
it's
good.
Tasteful.
They're like Andy LaRocque, the way Andy LaRocque, he's not really a super guitarist. Like he's not a super guitarist. Like he plays for King Diamond, but there's nothing crazy about how he plays though. He's not. There's a fine line between like these guitarists.
I saw a documentary about that guest spot he did on Death, and it was just like he just came in and did it.
Well, yeah, he's a good guitarist. Just walked
in and did it.
But there's guys that could play really well.
Winged it.
No, but there's these guys that just like play just too gallantly though. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, this guy did a good job.
Yeah, this guy did a good job.
Keep it on topic.
Absolutely.
All right. Fun. Are these guys fun? This is death metal. Death metal can only be so fun, and it's not very fun, so we're pretty serious over here.
Well, it depends what kind of death metal. This is more serious death metal.
This is some pretty serious stuff. Lyric content. I wouldn't say... Yeah, it's kind of typical death metal stuff, but it's nothing too brutal. Again, it's hard... I'm not really...
It's not brutal.
I'm not really a lyrics person, especially on any harsh singing. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I can't understand what you're talking about.
So we're just going by like the album, song titles.
Comment down below what your songs are.
They're definitely going for kind of an ominous feel. Stuff like
isn't that what every metal band does?
Swing of the pendulum, the crypt of slumbering.
Those are very death lyrics.
Madness.
Those are very death themes.
But as opposed to like Cannibal Corpse.
The Cannibal Corpse is gore.
Yes, so they're not gory. Yeah. They're like nice death metal.
They're not caveman. Yeah, not gory.
Nice death metal, and they're very serious about the music. I would say, as we said, it's technical, it's well done, serious, heavy, dark, evil, etc.
Evil. Yeah, like I said, once again, they put a 10-minute song at the end of the album, so
you got to be somewhat serious to have a 10-minute song.
It's hurt my feelings. This album takes a retro feel. Like I said, they're like they're an alternative like death metal, but they're kind of doing that. But a certain fun factor, it's they're like a special kind of like there's a lot of bands doing the death metal thing today. Right, that's the new popular thing. A lot of bands are going that route. These guys are taking it into like a certain specific genre of death, a specific era of death metal.
Well, there's two eras I feel like competing on this.
Well,
there's the proto thrash, and then there's the proggy death.
Yeah, it's the mid-90s proggy stuff. But they're keeping it like American.
Yes,
in their sound.
This does feel very American.
It's not Swedish at all.
Or
at all
British,
or whatever British is.
Taking
when we never did a show on British death metal, so I'm not that like keen on actual British death metal and what the factors are, and what the criteria is. So comment down below.
It's not really a scene so much as a couple big bands.
Yeah, there's only a couple of them. That's the thing. But it is different.
But yes, I mean, old school death metal is definitely cool right now.
There's a lot of people doing it.
It's definitely on scene.
Some people are. Yeah, go ahead.
But I wouldn't put them all the way over on the hipster category, because they're kind of like the less hipster Blood Incantation.
Okay, yeah.
So they can't be all the way on the end. They don't sing about aliens. They're not. They don't delve into any transcendental or intellectual topics. They're just some guys. They're definitely just some guys. So
yeah, they're keeping the craziness. This is a retro death metal act. Going for the proto-death sound, that special proto-death sound. Definitely like hipster friendly, but minus the tinfoil, right? Blood Incantation, there's a lot of tinfoil there, right?
Tinfoil?
Tinfoil on the head. Tinfoil protecting the brain from the interdimensional child molester waves from Mars, from Phobos.
I feel like Blood Incantation is just very up their own ass and self-aware about it.
But he has a helmet, I think, that protects him. He's aware, the Blood Incantation guy, he's aware of waves coming in.
Oh, we know about the waves.
And these guys aren't worried about that. They're like,
no, they're just
fucking
just
whatever.
Guys.
They're British. They're fucking what from Newcastle. You may have fucking Newcastle probably have a Scottish accent, right?
I think north of England is its own thing.
They're fucking Scottish. Maybe they talk.
Anyway.
They talk like David Coverdale probably. And and they're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Anyway, this is a cool album.
Yeah, but
there's no.
There's no
Any thoughts on the cover art here?
Oh, cover art. Okay, so this is not a typical, like, even Death had some gore, like sometimes, or they had some weird stuff going on in their thing. Not as gore, not like Cannibal Corpse, but even Death had some gore. This is like, I don't think this looks very British, right? Like it's like a, it doesn't look a death metal. It looks like it should be just some like speed metal album of the 80s. It doesn't look Death at all. Just saying, not that.
Yeah, look at how legible that logo is.
Pretty fairly legible compared to Blood Incantation. That's fairly legible. I mean, I could read it. So yeah, you guys aren't going which is cool. You're doing your own thing. You're not following that like theme that you're supposed to follow. So do your own thing. It's British. It's very British. It's like a king or something. Like no, this is like in Skyrim. That's a Dragor tomb, and he's like there, but the Dragor's gonna come out. Like the zombies, the zombie Vikings. Annoying. I hate them because they're always everywhere. They're like, nah. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah, that's like the Dragor boss. And he's got magic. He's got ice magic.
He's got the king. He's got the crown.
He's got ice magic, and ice magic really fucked you up. It's like powerful ice magic.
Fuck this cover.
I'm gonna mention Skyrim on every fucking thing we do because I played so much. Okay.
Who is this?
This guy.
It's Drainbow.
That's like a rainbow, but it's been drained of all the color.
It's just a Drainbow.
Comment down below, Drainbow guy. What's his name?
His name is Nicholas Sarcophagus. We got another one-man band here.
I'm impressed by one-man band because it takes dedication. And it's the way to go because you don't have to deal with these fucking assholes like trying to be creative and stuff. It's like you are the master of all the creativity.
You want to bring up a picture?
Oh, yeah.
So we got a one-man band here out of Austin, Texas. That is a big picture. Hey, sorry about that, Mr. Sarcophagus.
Hey, he looks like Matt. This doesn't look just like Matt.
A little bit.
It's exactly like Matt.
You look like our friend.
Exactly like him.
And he's apparently been doing this since 2007. Yeah. And here we are to talk about his album, The Tower of Flints. Let's take a look at that.
It's a good picture of you, sir. It's a good picture. Use it on your dating profile. That's good. Here's his logo. See? Just D. Simple.
Just a D.
Simple. Okay, we got a picture.
All right.
Okay.
Tower of Flints. Debut album released independently. Direct from the bedroom. What the fuck is this?
You recorded this in his bedroom?
I can't confirm that. I don't know, but
it sounds better than a bedroom.
This is definitely a DIY thing.
DIY.
So a DIY.
Unfunny
Metal
jokes.
Archives tags this as progressive metal. I guess that seems appropriate, but that's not even. We can't even say that this is true progressive metal because this is just off the wall. It's a mash of several styles, not a blend, a mash, a juxtaposition of a lot of stuff going on. We've got like some very mean, chunky riffs that are like just abutted with crazy ass cascading synths that just like jolt you out of your slumber. A mix of vocal styles as well. We've got like a melodic, clear vocal. We've got a black metal vocal. We've got a death metal vocal. I imagine all these vocal styles are fighting each other.
A few albums recorded together at the same time.
What?
It's like he took a bunch of. I think maybe he recorded like different albums and he just tracked them over each other. That's what he did.
That would be very experimental.
That just came to me right now. I'm like, that's what he fucking did.
We've even got some fusion.
Comment down below.
We've even got some fusion elements, I would say, on this.
What kind of fusion to what?
Fusion? Like jazz fusion.
Yeah, but like fusion to like what? Like just jazz.
Fusion.
Fusing to jazz.
Fusion.
Fusing to jazz.
Jazz fusion music.
Yeah.
Like Billy Sheehan or something.
Oh yeah, he's not a Scientologist though. This guy.
We don't know.
You're not. No, you're not.
You're not.
You're not, right?
But check out track Lair of the Night Gaunt to see what I'm talking about. Do not know what a night gaunt is. And he's breaking out some funky bass even on the song
it's
Fourth
like,
Rider.
Like bam.
There's a little bounce. There.
Listen, Nicholas Sarcophagus. No one's done that since the 1990s. Bam.
I mean, he doesn't go full on slapping, but it's a little funky.
It's
a little
getting there with
funky.
the funkiness.
So yeah, this album is like, I would call it like a death metal guitarist fighting a black metal vocalist with a guy plaintively singing poetry in the middle, like with a synthesizer.
But it's all one guy. There was no,
and it's all one dude.
I think there's like separate personalities in his head, which is fine because he's able to control them. He's able to control them, and make them work together beautifully. Am I right or am I right?
Beautifully, I don't know, because I would call this a very jaunty,
He
jerky experience.
He thinks listen. I think he was not.
And as soon as you like kind of get in the groove of one style, you are going somewhere else right away.
It's not, it's complicated. It's complicated. But no, but we want to give you a review, Mr. Nicolaus Sarcophagus, because Samantha told me about your thing, and I was like, wow, one-man album. We have to give this guy some credit. We talk about this guy.
We love one-man bands.
Yeah, I love one-man bands because I am technically a one-man band. I've never made anything. I have no choice but to be a one-man band.
All right, let's move on.
Very few people want to work with me.
Including me.
Yeah, nobody wants to work with me. Okay, what do we got here? So, this falls on our scale on the left. Not one doesn't mean low. It means on the left. It's on that side of the litmus scale. This album is a complete cacophony of sonic terror. Okay, none of that means a bad thing. I believe that's what you were looking for. I don't think you were looking for harmonic beauty. What's the word I'm looking for? Harmonic beauty. I don't think you were looking for that. If you were, that's strange. Okay, but this album rejects all musical theory that I understand. I'm not, that smart in music. It shows a great disregard for the inhibitions of standards of the confines of keys. I'm talking like your music teacher and being like, your music is absolute garbage. No, I don't mean that. No, I mean it is just completely disregarding any like mathematical rules of music that I've grown up with, that I've always understood. I mean, it's very free form. The chord structure is like this chord and that chord and this. Like the chords they're not chords that want to be with each other. But I think he did that. He obviously did that on purpose. And when there's no technically typical in music, there's a lot of experimental music that people like very much. That's been very popular. That might be similar to the lines of what this guy's doing. So it's not like impossible that people won't like your music. It's it's a bit much for me.
As far as like how listenable this album is, for me, I feel like this album both likes and does not like you. Like it, as I said, jerks you around a lot, but then it gets you. The individual segments are approachable and nice, and you'll get into them. So it's kind of like taking things in,
This album doesn't like you. I don't like you either.
But it likes you as well. It's conflicted.
Well, the album's schizophrenic.
It's a complete assault. I wanted to mention this also has an 11-minute song on it.
Yes.
As we've discussed earlier this episode.
I don't like when people do that.
It's called Callipygian Hunger. I looked up Callipygian. That means the state of having a beautiful butt. So, Mr. Sarcophagus, that was very crude. All right, you don't find.
He has weird, he has weird combinations of words that aren't expected to go together.
All
just
right,
like the music.
I thought that this is more of a piece. It's got several movements. Swinging wildly through everything that we've experienced thus far.
When music has movements, I'm a little cautious when music has movements.
But this one in particular, I almost felt like it had some demented 90s nostalgia going on. It sounded almost like 9 Inch Nails or something.
Yeah, maybe it's inspired by 9 Inch Nails.
Of course, then going into like complete sonic terror, progressive black metal weirdness. There's even like hardcore vocals on that one.
Yeah,
that was.
I think he's trying to like combine every genre together. It's just kind of like throwing most of the genres together.
That was the album closer, so very good. But again, my final note is surprisingly listenable on this, despite everything we've said.
Yeah.
Like I find, I don't really like progressive metal, but.
There's different kinds of, there's the classic.
That's a very vague
There's
term.
that in the classic sense, there's the Dream Theater, and there's like the stuff like there's the, stuff like that. There's that kind of prog metal, and there's like the newer stuff,
right. So
Fate's Warning, stuff like that.
As far as the production values on this, I'm under the impression this is a very DIY.
Did a good job for it though.
And it sounds very good for DIY.
For your room, for your bedroom.
I don't know if it's his bedroom. We don't know.
well, he
We're speculating.
soundproofed it really well, and if he did it in his bedroom, I think I think the drums are fake. Comment down below, Mr. Sarcophagus, those drums. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. And your drums are very in the back. Did you do that on purpose? Like, did you want the drums in the background on purpose? You not want them to be dominant? Because they're probably fake, so maybe you're not really. The drums aren't the focus of this. So yeah, they just seem like they're in the background to me, like they're really kind of muted. So yeah, comment down below with the with why that was your choice. Not that it's a bad thing.
But again, good high end of DIY recording.
Yeah,
yeah, for good production
for your bedroom. It's maybe the studio is his bed. Maybe he lives and sleeps in a studio.
I think there might be a note on the Bandcamp of where it was recorded.
He lives in Abbey Road.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like,
he lives in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, there's a lot of studios there, so maybe he lives in one.
All right. Moving on.
Too many notes for his can't play. There are too many notes. There are. It's the first time I heard you. I'm like, there are too many notes. And you know what that means. I know you know what that means. I'm glad you know what that means. But however, Nick is skilled in all of these notes, in all of these things that he's playing, whether it's the keyboard, the guitar, the bass, or the fake drums. His vocals, singing, all of the above. Like his playing is very skilled, and it's not half-assed at all. Is he a better musician than the Ice War guy? Yeah, he probably is. The hell is that? Yeah. So the guy's good at his instruments. So
yeah, I like the guitar solos. They kind of get groovy.
No, they're actually good guitar solos.
Grooviest parts of these albums.
They're not like bullshit guitar solos. They're everything he's doing is good.
Yeah, he's got some very decent riffs, like literally hiding on this album.
Nicholas Sarcophagus, I would like you to make like a regular sounding album with your skills.
That would be a total betrayal of everything he is.
Is there any other albums from Nicholas?
He has a couple EPs. You were just looking at them.
Did we listen to them?
No.
Well, let's listen to them.
All right.
After this, we're sorry we haven't listened to your older stuff.
As I said, there's some very good riffs on this thing. My only complaint here is if you're enjoying that riff, don't get too attached because it's going to take it away.
Yeah.
Or annihilate it or distort it.
That's a thing some of these people do.
It's like in Ghostbusters 2 when Egon says, "Let's see what happens when we take the puppy away."
And Egon did that because he was like happy, like because Dana kissed him, and he was like, hey, "Why don't we take?" He's like sadistic. He's like, "Yeah, let's take the puppy away." Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So this guy, you obviously grew up with a broken Slinky. Your parents didn't believe in toys.
All right. More 80s films references.
We love Ghostbusters 2. And people don't like Ghostbusters 2. They think only Ghostbusters 1 is good. I know people that think neither are good and they're assholes. But I love Vigo. Rich thinks Ghostbusters is not good at all. He thinks Spaceball is not good at all. Like, did you have a childhood?
Something's wrong with that man.
Yeah, something wrong with you.
All right, moving on. Is this a fun or a serious album?
It's all the above.
The answer to that question is yes.
Yes. Yes.
The answer is yes.
There's the yes meme. There it is.
The album opens with like a nervous laugh, which devolves.
Is it from like a horror movie or something? What is that from, guy? Comment down below.
And it devolves into maniacal cackling, which seems very appropriate.
Is that like from The Exorcist or something? Or that sounds
I couldn't tell
like
you.
Like a horror movie or something.
Lyrically, I don't know what we're talking about. There seems to be some kind of animal theme. It's a very uncomfortable place.
Well, it's a
very frightening place.
I'm speaking out to you, Nicolaus Sarcophagus. How do you come up with these thoughts? Because you strike me as a guy with a lot of issues. Not many of those issues could be bad. This sound, actually, for who would like it, it transcends all ages. This music, what you did here has nothing to do with someone's like, ingrained musical taste, like what they're going to be open-minded to or what they're not. You either get this or you don't. Like from day one, it doesn't matter if you're young or old. Like this, what you're doing doesn't. Time is not a factor. Age is not a factor in what you're making here.
This is outside the concept of time. It's outside the concept of scenes.
Yeah.
He's not in a scene.
Yeah, it's not. Doesn't mean anything.
But he's not out of a scene either.
You've transcended.
He's not.
But yeah, I want you to,
All right.
Speaking of this art, I think this is representative of a lot of things going on in the album. A lot of imagery here.
That's accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate.
That I only noticed now because it's large, but that owl's crying blood.
Yeah. So a lot of people's albums, like, they'll have something on the cover that has nothing to do.
That's the death owl.
Yeah, I think it's Death Owl. Yeah. So, like, it has. It's like, oh, I remember that from the song. So that's cool that you drew what. I mean, did you draw this?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
The credits on the Bandcamp.
Okay, so cool. So whoever drew this, or, representative. I'm sure you had the concept of this. You explained this to the artist. But yeah, Nikolaus Sarcophagus. Comment. Nikolaus Sarcophagus. Interact with us and don't call me soft and don't say I live in my mom's basement. And don't say I'm a leftist cuck, like our other commenters. And if you're going to defend Michael Graves, do it with some class. Okay.
Drainbow, Tower of Flints. Check it out.
Yeah, we're going to talk more to you. So interact with us. Don't hide from us. I know everyone hates us, but you're not going to. You understand us. Deathstorm.
Their album, For Dread Shall Reign. This is a thrash band from Austria. Graz, Austria. Let's take a look.
There's like a bunch of
looking very thrash over here.
Yeah.
They originally formed in 2007 under the name Damage.
Look, he has a death's head. Oh my God, cancel him.
All right, let's move on.
So anyway,
and this is their fourth album, For Dread Shall Reign. Let's look at the album. You want to look at the album?
And, oh yeah, here we go. So this thing.
And it's their fourth album on Dying Victim Productions. Fun fact is mixed and mastered by Olaf Wickstrand, who is the frontman for Enforcer.
Ah, okay. They're all in the same big family together.
I suppose.
Okay.
And genre-wise, is this a thrash band? This is a thrash band. This is as thrash as it gets. It's very Slayer, old school thrash of the dirty and evil variety. It's a love letter to thrash, I would say. And I got a lot of deja vu listening to it. I felt like the riffs were very reminiscent of some very classic Slayer songs.
Slayer worship. This is Slayer worship.
Yes, very Slayer worship. And it even has one of those light tracks in the middle. Yeah. So that you know that it's an 80s thrash album.
It's a very, 1986, 1987 kind of thrash. So, I feel like.
Very on-brand thrash.
It is like later Slayer. It's not like early Slayer. They're not doing the huge echo vocals. They're not doing that.
It's not Show No Mercy, but it is still 80s Slayer.
Yeah.
It's not 90s Slayer.
It's not 90s or 2000s. Like, no. It's
okay. I still call that early Slayer.
It's high era Slayer.
Era.
Rain in Blood Slayer.
I like that high era
Slayer. Not like declining Slayer. Well, people have always loved Slayer, though. Like, people never really threw Slayer under the bus like they did with the other big four bands. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we'll get into that. So this is, it's it's a reenactment of a modern day sort of retro band of borderline thrash. Slayer is kind of on the borderline of thrash, not like where Possessed is, but they're approaching that. Like, of the big four, they're the closest. Slayer is the most influential to death metal of any. Like,
this is not death metal.
No, but this is like towards the border of.
This is very intense thrash.
Yeah, and it's more intense than Slayer in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, more aggressive than Slayer in a lot of ways.
It's going toward Possessed, but
yeah, it's not there yet.
There's just something about it that's just
3/4 there.
Very Slayer.
3/4 there, but not. Possessed is like at the end. These guys are like 75%. Possessed is like 95%. All right, so yeah.
All right, next category.
Yeah. So you're.
You eat. Okay.
You're,
all right. Production value on this is kind of rough. I'm not in love with the drum sound personally, but it sounds it's rough production. It's going for an old school, like the old school, very true. Like, it's not going for the modern retro production. It's going for the retro production of we actually recorded this in the 80s.
High Slayer didn't sound like this. High Slayer was pretty high production.
Well, that's because then when they got big. But I'm saying like maybe a lesser thrash band at that time, what
Yeah,
they sounded
like a
like,
third-
it was like this.
Yeah, like a second rate or even a third rate thrash band. Yeah, that was doing like
Yes.
the Slayer thing. Yeah, it's Slayer sound, but imagine Slayer sound with like a DIY sound. And it's very DIY. You could hear it. Like you could hear, it's kind of had this. You could say it has this warmness to it. That's a nice way of saying it. Like, oh, it's very warm. But I like it. I like what they did. I don't. Like I said, I like the homemade sound.
Yeah.
I like when bands that should have a high sound don't do it. It makes it very accessible. Because like I said, this sound is usually heard in an overproduced manner. Like Slayer.
Well,
Slayer.
most modern bands, yes. Yeah. And I would say even most modern retro bands are doing much cleaner production than this.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're doing it.
It's a little dirty. You're getting a little dirt on you listening to this.
Yeah, I like it that way. I'm okay with that.
Obviously. All right.
Too many notes? Well, they have a lot of notes, but they're the same note. So, Slayer is known for the 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 Kerry King 0 0 0 0 0 like just like binary, and throw a 1 in there or a 3 in there, an F or a G. But really fast, so yeah, there's a lot of notes, but they're the same note. So that doesn't mean really too many notes.
The guitar solos are, pretty simple, but they're there.
They're like Kerry King. Like Kerry King, and Kerry King's an awesome guitarist. He just plays a lot of notes really fast. He's not a guitar masturbator in any way. And or Jeff Hanneman.
Yeah.
Either way.
I found some of the solos pretty interesting actually, like in a demented kind of way.
But that's demented Slayer sound. They kind of sound really evil, but it doesn't mean they're complicated.
Like they sound demented, like they're a little off.
Oh, like they're not. Like not the way Kerry King, like
not like Kerry King,
because they sound demented, but Kerry King, but like he kind of.
I think a good example of what I'm talking about is the guitar solo on the last track, "Human Individual Metamorphosis." Interesting.
Yes.
But yes, as far as technical ability, it's a little rough in spots, but that's kind of the idea. It's like this is slapped together. Like this is going for like one of those albums that a band recorded in an afternoon while they were really drunk in the 80s, and it was an instant classic kind of feel, where they
didn't do like a lot of coke and take months to do it.
Yes, no, this is very raw, very rough.
They didn't spend the recording budget on coke.
Very in the moment, and that's definitely what they're going for. So no points off.
All right, so that means they worked pretty hard. They just bought a case of beer and they finished it. They didn't spend it all on.
Listen, we got things to do. We can't spend a whole week recording.
That's what bands used to do.
We're gonna do it today.
Bands used to take like years. Like Black Sabbath would just like buy a bunch of coke and just not record the album.
Go to some manor.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Back then, like we're gonna record this in this manor. Like Aleister Crowley used to live in this manor. We're going to record it in here. We could have his spirits speak to us. People were fucking ridiculous back then. Fuck everyone back then.
All right.
Fucking ridiculous. Okay. So,
are these guys fun or serious? They're pretty fun. I feel like they've got a couple very bold vocal references. There's one lyric that says "suffering in the hour of reprisal."
That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, I feel like that's a callback to "Awaiting the Hour of Reprisal."
That's like, that's like Slayer lyrics. Like suffering to the call of reprisal.
But the way he sang it in the exact same way, I think it was like a call. It was like a callback.
Yeah, I think so.
Like these guys are having fun. And
this is total brain and blood era stuff.
And you will have fun listening to it, or you should. I mean, Slayer's gone.
Yeah.
Why not listen to these guys?
Yeah.
Especially if they're like young Slayer and not like bloated Slayer.
Middle Slayer.
Middle Slayer.
Middle-ish.
High Slayer.
High Slayer.
High Slayer, except with, budget production.
Every musician in their career, when they were like around 28, they made their best albums. For the thrashers anyway. Like Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth. Like they were all in the late 20s. That's when they made their big album. Justice for All, Rain and Blood, Rust in Peace. I don't know what Anthrax did. I don't know where to put Anthrax on there. But
don't include Anthrax.
I'm not shitting on you, Anthrax.
But this album is fun. It's for having fun,
So this sound is safe with any level of metal adventurism. Since there's no more Slayer, we don't have Slayer anymore. People in general still want Slayer. Like no one really shits on Slayer.
Young people will shit on Slayer sometimes.
I don't see it often. Like, in Slayer, because Slayer didn't really have the bad album. They had that Diabolus and Mazacabolus.
Young American people will.
Maybe. Okay. But I feel like
not Europeans.
I'll talk to like anyone about Slayer and they'll be like, yeah, fucking Slayer, no matter like who they are. Like I don't know. I've never found people that really disrespect Slayer. Because Slayer never made a Saint Anger. Slayer never made a Risk. Like, they made Diabolus and music, but I never listened to that album, but it wasn't like a huge departure in their...
Well, I think like when young people don't like Slayer, it's because they associate with the metal boomer daddies going Slayer.
Yeah. It's the same as the AC/DC guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's their AC/DC guy, is the Slayer guy.
That's how you're supposed to say Slayer, Slayer. That's what you're supposed to say it. And that's what people do. That's what old metal guys do. Yeah, I think the young people will never understand that. They're like, what's wrong with you, man?
Not all young people, obviously.
Yeah, some young people.
The young metal hipsters.
Like that guy with the beard, he'll go Slayer. Like, he has no problem with that. He's like, yeah, more beard, Slayer. Like that guy's okay with Slayer. But, yeah, and like a lot of people, like I was talking with one of these guys I was interviewing, I had mentioned Slayer. I was expecting him to like be beyond something like that, but no, he was like, yeah, Slayer. Like, as if it was just like mandatory. It's of course, it's a Slayer. Who doesn't like Slayer? But they're the most of like, the metal, true metal guys. They're less likely to like they'll be quick to bash Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax.
Yes, I see what you mean.
Of the big four, of the popular metal bands, Slayer will always get the most respect.
And they should.
Yeah, they didn't really, even in their final days, they weren't playing light music. In their final days. Look at what Metallica's doing now.
They said, fuck you to the 90s.
And Slayer was making money playing this music. They were making good money playing, like, still heavy music in a way like Metallica will never do anymore.
All right, back to this album. As much as it sounds like Slayer, there's something about it that's just also still very European. Like,
yeah.
No American band would have made this album.
Well, you can hear the accent too. I mean, it's kind of an accent.
I guess, but yeah. I'm just saying, like, just the whole thing, the attitude, even just the act of making a pure Slayer worship album. No American bands are doing this. It's a very Europe thing. So it's like, that's why we're putting it middle of the road here between hipster and boomer. It's definitely a thing in Europe to do this kind of album. Not a thing here. And it's not like a pretentious thing at all. It's just a very much for the love of the music, true thing.
They love Slayer.
It was Slayer.
They carved it into their arm. Carved Slayer into thy arm. That's what they did.
So, what do we think of the album art?
This does not say Slayer to me.
I like it though.
Slayer was way dark. Like, Slayer art was like, they had that special artist doing their thing, and it was like really dark stuff. I don't know who the artist was. He was some crazy dude. This looks more like a Night Demon or something. It looks like that. It reminds me of that.
I don't know. I like it. It's like
kind of bad.
Silly.
It doesn't look like Slayer. Like, this art does not look Slayer at all. It's like one of those like retro album covers.
They don't have to. They're not like we're making the cover album of a Slayer album that didn't exist. Like, they are a band. They are a real band. Okay, they're not like everything we do has to be Slayer.
This is like, this just looks like a speed metal band, like a retro speed metal band doing an album cover. Like Night Demon or something, or like.
Well, that's appropriate.
This artist is probably the same guy that's been doing those album covers. I don't know who this guy is, but I think this guy's been doing a lot of covers. It's, to me, like, his style. I don't know who the guy is. He's not like, if it was Ed Repka, Ed Repka, like, instantly. But this is like, I don't know who this is, but this guy is definitely someone popular.
How did you feel about
Comment
this?
down below. This album?
Yes.
Yeah. It's it's Slayer worship.
It's good times.
When you hear something that sounds like Slayer again, high Slayer, you're like, oh yeah.
It's got the riffs.
Yeah, you're like, all right, yeah.
Come for the riffs, stay for the screaming.
It doesn't take too much thinking. It's not, there's not a lot of crazy things going on like Drainbow guy, but this is it's relaxing.
It's relaxing. It is not relaxing at all.
It is relaxing.
It's relaxing for the guy who says Slayer.
Well, yeah.
Slayer man.
And he's happy again because he's like, oh, I got Slayer. Yeah, it sounds like Slayer.
Well, the thing is that guy's never going to hear about this band.
Yeah. He's most likely not going to search for this.
Just listening to Slayer.
He might find it though. He might.
But we advocate people listen to the Slayer clones.
Yeah, there's a lot of Slayer. There's a lot of people doing this. Since Slayer left, they're going to try to fill that void. And, just Why not? You know, there's nothing.
Anyway.
It's not a crime.
Deathstorm for Dread Shall Reign. Check it out.
It's not a crime. It's not a crime. All right, that's all with the musical reviews. Yeah. And now it's time for the news. Back to you, Samantha.
In our obituary section, not the death metal bands.
People died.
The literal obituaries.
People died this week.
We unfortunately have two to review. First, we have Martin Birch, the legendary Iron Maiden and Deep Purple producer, among others, has died at the age of 71. We don't know why. Killed by death, probably.
They're all killed by this death guy, and they need to put a stop to him.
But yes, as I said, he's produced Iron Maiden, Deep Purple, also Rainbow.
I remember his name in Deep
White
Purple.
Snake.
I've heard this guy's name before. In
Black
Deep Purple
Sabbath,
and Rainbow.
Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
I guess he's most known for Iron Maiden.
All these these awesome boomer bands, like he's pretty much all these respectable bands that you like. These British bands.
The man behind the sound.
Yeah, this is all like stuff that is just in our DNA. Like this is all the music.
This is why we're here.
Yeah, it's all this stuff. It's all good stuff. You know, you have Rainbow, like White Snake. All this stuff is all like legit stuff. So this guy, Sierra the pro band, but Death Metal UFO, you didn't do a pro. Yeah, this is there's a lot going on here, but yeah. So
yeah, everyone,
David
everyone who's
Coverdale.
anyone's out there saying how they're sad and tweeting about him.
David Coverdale here gives a shout out to him. So
All right, rest in peace, Martin Birch.
Tony, let's see who gives him a shout out. Tony Iommi gives him a shout out. Oh, did he? Oh, he did. Heaven and Hell.
Great album.
Great album. Oh yeah, David Coverdale is I don't know who this guy is. Geezer Butler.
Geezer Butler's such a nice man.
Dio's people. David Ellison, Charlie Benante, Scorpions. Yeah, so all the greats are giving him a shout out. So yeah, rest in peace,
right.
Martin Birch.
Passed away August 9.
August
All
9th.
right.
Also, in also sad news, this has happened recently. UFO bassist Pete Way. Pete Way, of course, is in that. I think he's always a member of UFO. I'm pretty sure he was always in UFO. He died at the young age of 69. He was not that old. Apparently, he received life-threatening
Injuries. We're not sure what happened, but
yeah,
I guess
none of our business.
He'd been injured in an accident 2 months ago and suffering health issues because of that, and sadly passed away. Did not recover from whatever happened to him.
Yeah, these guys were like the Chads of metal.
They were the Chads, UFO?
Yeah, they used to... Rush told a story. I saw this documentary on Rush, and I thought this was funny. I'm going to tell a story. They were interviewing Geddy Lee, and there was a time when Geddy Lee and Rush decided to come out on stage in kimonos. Why they thought this was a good idea, they're still not sure why this was a good idea.
The kind of thing they thought was cool.
Yeah, they thought they bought some... They were in Japan. They're like, oh, let's wear kimonos. And, Rush was not a band that really partied. I think Rush has a lot of songs about weed, believe it or not. And I think they used to like smoke weed, but they didn't really party, though. Like, they didn't bang groupies because, they're not very, they're not that
They're nice boys.
Yeah.
They had wives.
Yeah, they probably had wives already. But, and I can just picture Neil Peart just being like, get away from, like, groupies like, hey, and he's like, get away from me. I'm reading Ayn Rand right now. Get away from me.
This is my time alone.
This is my time alone. Please respect it. And they were on tour with UFO at one point. Of course, UFO, I imagine these guys love to fucking do coke and bang women. Like, that's what UFO sounds like they probably like to do.
I saw actually a Pete Way quote saying that he snorted all of South
All
America
of it. Yeah.
several times.
These guys fucking partied. All right, and so they're on tour with these nerds, and so being that Rush would come out in these kimonos, UFO actually every show would nail bunny slippers to the stage by the microphones just to fuck with them. Because, you could tell, UFO are, these Chads, and they're like, fuck you, nerds. And these, fucking British guys that just drink and do coke all day. Just fucking with these, poor guys. It's just funny to me. I just thought that was funny. UFO just put them in, shoved them in garbage cans. This is funny. It's funny.
It's a slipper prank.
Yeah, so, Pete Way had a good time. He had a good time. This guy had a fucking good time, man. You wish you lived this guy's life, okay? So... Rest in peace, Pete Way. Do you know Pete Way passed away with Fast Eddie, but he was never in the band. I don't. Did they talk about that here? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 2 putting together Fastway. But yeah, he was never in Fastway apparently. Comment down below if that's true. I think that's true.
We could find that out with a little research.
I could.
We didn't do.
Yeah, I heard that. So something I heard. I think it's true. He was never actually in Fastway. But yeah, the band Fastway was with Fast Eddie, and but yeah, and UFO of course is one of the greatest bands ever, as you all know. So many bands. Iron Maiden famously comes out to a UFO song. That's like the way Metallica comes into
What song did they come out to?
Doctor, I think it's the intro to Doctor.
I don't remember that the last time we saw.
They do it every time. It's like a thing they've been doing for a long time. And I was
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it came out to UFO.
I feel like I would have noticed that.
Yep, I'll find a live Iron Maiden thing. They come out to UFO. I think it's Doctor, or yeah, I think it's Doctor. I could be wrong. It's one of the songs from that album. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, Pete Way, rest in peace. That's all I have to say about you. I tell a little story of him making fun of Rush. That's always funny. So anyway, what do we got? We don't got a lot of news today. This is mercifully, we don't have a lot of news today. What's happening here?
So more sad news. Vocalist LG Petrov of Entombed, which is now known as Entombed AD.
He's the Entombed AD guy. Okay.
Has been diagnosed with cancer. It is bile duct cancer, which is not cancer I'm familiar with.
You don't know what that is?
Which is, we're being told, incurable, and he's being treated with chemotherapy. He's shared this photo here on his GoFundMe, which he has set up for, cover expenses while he's undergoing treatment. He's looking for 500,000 kroner. I do not know how much that is. Kroner, Swedish kroners. And he was almost there the last time I looked at that thing, so good job.
That's good.
So yes, sad news because Entombed AD, they released an album just last year too. So this is not like some old guy that
we talked about that.
That's just been out.
I think we
just resting.
Featured that in our Swedish death metal episode. Because we had Entombed in it twice.
Did, yes,
we had Entombed in it twice.
Yes, we talked about modern Entombed as well.
Yes,
and
they got 2 spots.
So this was the guy still out there, still doing death metal. More grooving, death and roll, I would say, more these days.
The Swedes always made death metal a little more
very groovy,
lighter on the edges.
Groovy. I mean, old Entombed was not the oldest Entombed. I would say it was not light, but
the Swedish are the guys that gave you the sound of the Swedish chainsaw that everyone wants to do now. These guys invented that sound.
Anyway, this
that you all like.
One of the grandpas of Swedish death metal, very influential, important guy.
The Godfather.
Scene. So we're sad to see this, and sad, especially because he was still doing stuff in metal, and he's being cut down here. So
yeah, this is they're all getting old.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't give too many details as to what his prognosis is. He just says he's being treated with chemo. Yeah. So, but he does say it's incurable, which is very ominous sounding.
Yeah, it usually means a bad thing.
So, hopefully he's comfortable and remains comfortable for the time being.
They're all getting old. The rock heroes are all getting old. They're all getting old.
Yeah, all the early '90s guys are gonna.
This
guy's not that old though.
Yeah, he's probably late 50s. Probably late 50s, I would imagine. Oh yeah, but they're getting to that age where
So that's a shame.
Things are happening to them. Soon they're gonna be as old as the Rolling Stones. All these people. Imagine Metallica playing when they're like in their 80s.
That's not happening.
Possibility. That's a very real possibility that we're gonna have to deal with that. We're gonna have to fucking deal with that in our old age. So, okay.
Lars is gonna be whipping people out onto the stage.
Lars is gonna be just like his dad. You know how his dad looks? That fucking crazy beard. Lars is gonna be just like his dad. Did you ever see Lars' son?
Yes.
He's a Chad, man.
He looks like the mom.
He definitely looks like the mom. He definitely got the supermodel. Kid's like a Chad, man. Holy shit. Like that came out of you, Lars? Jesus. Okay. So anyway, what is
all right.
this?
This isn't quite a bath news, but we're gonna file it under there because it's related.
Anytime a bath comes up, even if it's completely pointless.
All right. So, Immortals Demonaz and Horg.
Demonaz.
As per Metal Sucks here, are fighting each other for control of the band's name. Now, a little background here. If you don't know, I'm sure you do if you're watching this. Abbath was an Immortal. Abbath and Demonaz are the original founding members of Immortal. Horg joined. Horg.
Demonaz. Abbath.
That's very good pronunciation. He joined in like '96, so after some of the formative, important albums, but still very early. They didn't really have a real drummer up until Horg joined for good.
They were a power trio.
So at that point, they were a power
trio.
All right, so back in 2014, to give a little further background, there was some kind of a conflict in the Immortal camp,
and they intelligently got rid of Abbath.
So what happened was the conflict seemed to be between abbath and the other two members.
Okay.
So they decided to take a break of unknown,
so let's just
definition.
I'll put diagrams up maybe if I have time.
No diagrams. It's not that important.
Should I just do it? So here's.
All right, we're not ready for that yet. Okay. So they had like a rehearsal space, and of course Demonaz and Horg were like, well, we don't need it anymore, we're taking a break from the band, but Abbath wanted to keep it, so they Demonaz and Horg moved their stuff out, and Abbath stayed, and he also started paying for the whole thing.
I've kind of been through this before.
I feel like many bands.
I feel like this is not a real problem in life. Like, how much is the studio? Like $500? Like I feel like this isn't a thing to really cause that much. But I guess when you're in a band, I guess it does.
But okay, well, it didn't cause a conflict because Abbath was happy to take on the studio.
He'll pay all the money, right?
Because he wanted to keep it, and they didn't want it, and he was like, "Fine, it's mine now."
That's fine.
And I don't disagree with that. For some reason, he took that as their official resignation from the band.
So he's like, "Fuck off! You're not coming back to the studio.
You're not going to pay for the rehearsal space anymore. Guess you're out of the band that we've had for 20 years." So
that's a dumb way. Can I just comment? That's a dumb reason.
25 years.
Like, if they want to take a break, like, that's like, if I wanted to like not show up to, like, if I just didn't want to like play anymore, like, I think I guess maybe my band would replace me, but like, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal.
So instead of speaking with them and confirming, Abbath petitioned for sole ownership of the Immortal name, logo.
All this because of his studio? So there's a reason, the original reason for this, for him.
I think, he wanted it, and when they counter-petitioned, because they're like, what? No, you cannot have all of Immortal. Abbath's lawyer said, well, you guys moved out of the studio. So that's why you guys quit.
It's weird to think like Abbath like deals with this guy in a suit and go like Abbath has a lawyer.
Listen, this is Norway.
Like Abbath.
This is Norway. There are black metal lawyers.
Yeah, they must be. Yeah, because there's just violence over black metal. So there's probably like ever since Varg, there's probably like
it's like a whole field of law over there.
Yeah, maybe they made a law. The Swedish guy is like, all right, we need in Norway. They're like, all right, this is getting out of hand. We need to have a legal team, and we have to like have an area of study for lawyers in law school. Specifically for black men. Ever since Varg did that thing, like this is a national problem. Churches are being burnt. People are being killed. Multiple people were killed by the Varg people, as you saw in the movie. Multiple people were killed. It wasn't just Uranus. So, so they probably needed to really take action in Norway. There's not a lot of things going on in Norway.
All right, there's plenty of lawyers for this sort of thing.
Yeah. They have like corpus paint too.
They counter petitions to keep, and Norway decided that the Immortal belonged to all of the members, not just one of them. And Abbath lost, and he decided since Demonaz and Horg wanted to take a break, and he didn't. Horg. Abbath would form his own band. Abbath.
Unfortunately, see what you guys did. See what you guys did. See what you guys now we have to deal with him. And it's horrific. You saw what he did. You saw why he's not playing anymore, and it's not because of the coronavirus. It's because he's a fucking idiot.
So, for those not aware, Abbath had to enter rehab for being incredibly drunk somewhere in South America.
We saw him a few days before that happened.
Not days.
It was like
a few months.
Was it months? Was it a few months before that happened?
Yes, it was a totally separate tour.
I felt it was like a few days.
No, it was a few months.
But he was a complete raving asshole when we saw him.
He wasn't an asshole. He was fine. He was
asshole.
He looked like he was drunk, but
I saw up there a raving fucking asshole.
He didn't do anything wrong.
He looked like a black metal Gene Simmons. Pathetic fucking black metal Gene Simmons to me.
He did look like that.
He had the glitter.
But he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything that made him an asshole. There
were
was one guy
obnoxious.
that was an asshole. He was like, I'm a big fan of abbath. And it's like,
And he was
right.
fucking like throwing himself at everyone. And if
That
you
guy was
challenged
on
him,
like PCP
he
or
would
something.
he would start hitting you harder if you were like, stop. Like, and everyone was like, fucking stop, dude.
But and he was like moshing before the band
Yes.
hit the stage.
Yes.
He was just trying to fight people.
And everyone was just like, fuck off, dude.
This is not what the article is about.
It's about him. It is.
This is just background. So we already had this issue with the name that abbath initiated, and then he was gone, and he formed his own thing. Now, to prove abbath wrong, because abbath had claimed that he was a sole songwriter, Demonaz and Horg released their own album in 2018 with Immortal.
Still immortal.
Yes, they are immortal. They, abbath I think could play an immortal again.
They're not going to live forever.
All right, so
I'm not funny.
They released, that wasn't a good joke. No, they released their 2018 album Northern Chaos Gods. I heard it was well received. I didn't really listen to it. And now the next year, 2019, Demonaz thinks back to what happened with the abbath in 2014. It was like, that was a good idea,
That was a good idea. I could do that again.
And then he petitions for sole ownership of the immortal name.
Horvath. What's his name?
Horth.
Listen, I got to talk to you. Here's my lawyer. Actually, my lawyer's going to call you. Okay.
Well, no, he did it behind his back.
Well,
Horg was not contacted.
You got to deal with lawyers if you do this.
Just like abbath did it behind their backs.
Yeah, but eventually it's got to come to a legal notice.
I'm not sure. I don't know how this works, but he just petitioned for it, and Horg became aware of the petition.
So
I don't know if anyone contacted him or
where
what.
are we now?
And Horg is counter-petitioning.
That's where we are now?
Yes.
What is Horg? What is his demands?
He wants it to be how it was, where...
No, he doesn't want you, though. Your girlfriend's breaking up with you. She does not want you anymore.
Well, he's saying that if Demonaz wants to write music and have it all belong to him, or he can't be immortal. If it's going to be immortal, it has to include Horg.
Demonaz doesn't want you anymore.
But Demonaz's argument is that he is now, since abbath left, the only founding member and the only person who's been on all albums, which is a pretty low blow to Horg, I think. Because yes, he did miss some key, albums there. But 96, he's been there since 96, guy.
This is a black metal soap opera. Okay, I'm going to have to just... Okay, all right, guys, you stand here. Wait, no, abbath doesn't want anything to do with you guys, right? So he's not really a thing anymore.
Actually, abbath said that he would be open to reunion.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right, abbath, all right, sit there. You, abbath, Demonaz, and...
Although, considering
Horth?
all of the lineup changes his solo project has had, abbath should definitely stay away.
Yeah. All right, so could we... As your legal advisor, abbath, I recommend you do not pursue a reunion with Demonez and
Horg.
He's like a Klingon, like Horg. And okay, now, so abbath, please leave the table. I'm gonna figure this out right now. We're gonna figure this out. This is my bad joke. Okay, so Horth and Demonez, you two, I think Demonez, his demands, he does not want to go out with you anymore. He wants to have Immortal be his, and he will get other musicians. Horth, you're the drummer. You probably don't have any talent.
Well, that's not clear, actually.
So what are we saying?
They asked Horg, who is the one...
I'm trying to figure this out.
So is Immortal over? Once you figure this name out, are you guys done? And he's like, no. He's like hopeful that we'll still record a new album together.
Technically, Horth didn't come up with a name.
No.
So Demonez should have the name if he wants it, because he thought of it. He helped think of it. And abbath, they don't really want him around. So if Demonez wants to form the Immortal band with two new guys, he should be able to.
So you're down on Team Demonaz?
I think he should. He was the original member.
Abbath is also an original member.
But our legal team figured out we didn't want abbath to be part of this because of obvious reasons. He doesn't have a good track record. He might cause more drama because he drinks.
Abbath can only be in a solo band now.
He drinks a lot, right?
And well, apparently he's clean now.
I'm okay, but he has bad credit. Okay, we're not gonna.
Bad credit.
I would. You don't have a good rep. I've seen your shows. I've seen you walk out drunk. I've seen you fucking make an ass of yourself. I've never seen Demonez. I don't know that. I've never seen Demonez do any of that stuff. I don't know, but I've never seen it. And Horvath, Horg, you, I'm sorry, but you're, like, maybe you can form an Immortal AD? Right?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe he could do that, but Demonis doesn't want anything to do with him anymore, though.
We don't know what his thoughts are. We don't know what's going on in his head.
I feel like it's a breakup, and it's a divorce, and he doesn't get it.
Very passive aggressive here.
Like, he doesn't get it. He's not wanted anymore.
Tell him how you feel.
In my own advice, personal advice, not legal advice, don't squander a drummer like that. I don't care how annoying he is. Be a little more open-minded to your drum, because how do you know you'll find one again?
He'll get another drummer.
All right, you will. Oh, there we go with the privilege thing again. Oh, okay, so you can get a drummer.
He's from Immortal.
By snapping your finger. How come I can't get a drummer by snapping my finger?
Because you're Maledictus.
I have 119 followers. Drummers out there, comment down below if you're local to New Jersey area, North Jersey area specifically,
you
North Jersey
have a drummer.
Metro. Yeah, but that's not my band though. I would like a drummer.
I bet he'd start a new band with you.
I know he wouldn't. He can't stand me. I can't even play properly. Why would anyone want to deal with me? No, forget it. No, the deal's off. I have to play alone because no one could deal with me.
Did you know that Abbath was married to Demonaz's sister as well?
Okay, this is complicated.
So Demonaz's nephew is Abbath's son. How unfortunate this whole thing is. Why can't you guys just get along?
This is the most exciting thing going on in Norway since Varg. Everyone needs to appreciate this, and we need to make a movie about this. We need to appreciate what we have. We have somebody might get killed. Someone might get killed. Horvath might come out and be like...
Horg?
Yeah, he doesn't have a gun, because they don't really have that. But he'll stab him, 50 times.
Now, Horg seemed pretty laid back.
Yeah, so did Varg, right?
He didn't.
Maybe we thought Varg was harmless. He was just,
All right, let's stop painting all black metal.
They're all...
Immortal is really not part of that whole thing, so...
Yeah, we don't know.
They weren't part of the church
Yeah, they weren't, in that,
They
right?
weren't involved in that at all.
They were the fat nerds that no one called.
They sing about, fantasy evil stuff.
Okay, yeah, they're a different thing, yeah.
So let's not, let's not confuse them.
But what if they did, okay. Well, this is exciting, though. And we will be following, the Herelies Metal podcast, we will be following this story, okay? Uh-oh. So this is, it's a lot going on here. A lot of people are talking. This is the bait, people. This is the bait again. This is the bait article you're all going to fall for. I know it. Some of you, the people that watch this are, I know you guys are like, yeah, what? Fucking,
right.
He was on.
Stop.
What?
Just keep going. Go forward here.
Okay. So, exclusive. Melvins Buzzo Osborne addresses the controversy surrounding his 2018 appearance on Proud Boys founder Gavin Mcinnes. This is topical because we were just talking about Gavin Mcinnes'
keeps coming up
relationship with Michael Graves. This is not the same thing.
No.
Even remotely.
A little background. So Metal Sucks interviewed Buzz Osborne about an interview Buzz gave with Gavin 2 years ago.
This was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Not relevant.
Apparently you can't even watch this interview anymore.
Well, yeah, because it's copyrighted material.
Yeah, there was a copyright song on there. It was taken off YouTube.
Well, I think it's behind a paywall too, so you're not very loud.
Don't pay for that.
Don't pay for it. Though I know a lot of you people do already.
Metal Sucks claims to have seen the interview, and there was a little clip floating around of the interview as well that someone had gotten somehow.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how this came up today. No one noticed that it had happened for 2 years.
Yeah, you think this would have come up, especially someone like Buzzo.
But it's just something I saw come up on Twitter. They had that.
Yeah, it started quietly, then it kind of blew up a little bit.
And because in the clip, at least, Gavin's saying some crazy shit about lesbians now being in the mainstream.
Which he always does.
Punk lesbians being in the mainstream and how horrible that is.
Yeah, that's normal for him though. That's not weird for him.
Isn't that horrible? And then Buzz doesn't even address that part of the question. He just starts talking about how this movie had diversity in it and that he thought it was forced.
Yeah, he was kind of angry about this.
And he doesn't like forced diversity.
He was angry about this Disney movie called A Wrinkle in Time.
And then there were other people claiming they talked about other things in the interview, but that was the only clip available, really. And there's other rude interviews with Buzz you can pull up and be like, look at this thing you said about Kurt Cobain. And
Yeah,
like,
Courtney Love. You get him going on Courtney Love. It's kind of enjoyable actually.
So I read a lot of tweets this week saying stuff, like, oh man, Melvins are over. Big business is the new Melvins, basically.
All right. So even on like the Doomstoner things I follow on Facebook, people are writing these guys off because he was because he appeared unknowingly.
Also, people brought up like there's some Nazi imagery.
All right, we'll get into that.
That release, that Melvins release, some other purported Nazi imagery, and also there was a photo of the band doing kind of like a Heil Hitler with Adolf stashes.
Can I explain all that stuff? Well,
you can go ahead. Give a brief. Let's keep it brief.
So, the Sieg Heiling stuff, they have a sense of humor. Like, they're not, like, going to be offended. They're old guys.
He was saying it was a bit from Monty Python. Like, that was a photo shoot taken out of context.
Listen,
that was what Buzz said.
All right, listen, children. And I know all of you guys are like, yeah, like, they're Sieg. I know all of you guys are like, yeah, they're Sieg Heiling. That's great. But for normal people, that maybe younger, kind of more wokey people that don't listen to this show at all.
Most people react negatively.
Okay,
to
but
that.
In my age, growing up, it was funny to do Nazi things. It wasn't especially if it was in the context of comedy. Monty Python would do that. Mel Brooks would do that. A lot of like people on TV, a lot of shows would be like, "Oh, look, Nazis, ha ha, funny," and they might even Sieg Heil. They'd have swastikas on. It was funny. These guys are old men. They're going to be like, what?
This was a very old picture.
Yeah, it was not weird back then. Okay,
so
it didn't mean you were a Nazi. Keith Moon used to go up and down dressed as a Nazi soldier, Sieg Heil, because he was fucking crazy.
Like, looking at it from the lens now, it's like, obviously you're an idiot if you allow a picture of yourself to be taken Sieg Heiling.
Metallica, there's pictures of Metallica doing it.
I said now, if you take a picture now. Now.
Yeah.
If I saw this, say, back when I was a teenager, which was not at that time of that photo, I would be like, what?
Probably from the 80s.
I'd probably think, like, what's wrong with these guys? But I wouldn't assume they were Nazis. I would just think they were making, like,
Listen, if I knew who they were.
A bad joke.
If I knew who they were, it's like, oh, I know it's the Melvins. I know they're not going to be Nazis. If I saw Screwdriver doing it or something, or I saw like someone you expect to do it.
The photo was obviously meant to be funny.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, yeah, obviously not everyone's going to think Sieg Heiling is
Why
funny.
Don't you people get that?
They're obviously not doing it trying to show allegiance to the Nazi party. They're obviously doing it for a laugh.
Do you see what a liberal cuck I really am?
Okay, so, and as far as the Nazi imagery on the albums...
Okay, so... One of the albums, they did like a duality, kind of like yin and yang.
Do we want to show it on the screen?
Nah, it doesn't matter. No, we probably don't want to do that, actually.
Don't put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Because, it was like the Nazi on one side, the symbol, and then the Jewish star.
Which don't really have anything to do with each other, technically.
I mean, there's a connection.
There is. There's an unfortunate connection, but technically they don't really have anything to do with each other.
And then there was like a pentagram, I think, and a cross. Yeah, and there was the Black Panther symbol with the KKK symbol.
Yeah, it's too extreme. It's like extremes. We're extreme, bro.
Very deep political statement.
It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that. Yeah, it's not that complex, people. It's pretty juvenile. But whatever. They want to do that. That's fine. You get it. They're not. They're not. They're not Nazis. You know the Melvins aren't Nazis. You know that.
Yes, that's the thing.
You know that.
Is like, and there was also that thing about the Death's Head symbol.
Okay, can I explain the Death's Head? Death's Head is not a Nazi symbol, just like the Iron Cross is not a Nazi. Death's Head goes back to let me see. I've got it right here. Let's see. Actually, the Death's Head, or the Totenkopf, is a military emblem began under Frederick the Great, who formed a regiment of Hussar cavalry in the Prussian army, commanded by Colonel von Reusch. So it's a symbol. It's basically like a badass symbol. It's like, yeah, we're badass. And that goes back to Teutonic Germany, or whatever it's called, pre-Nazi Germany. The Nazis, of course, used that to commemorate. They put the SS battalion had that. But other bands have used, like Death in June, is that? Or Death in June Nazis? I don't know. Maybe they are.
I don't know. But, there's a lot of people you could cancel for using that. And the Iron
a lot of people
Cross,
have used it. A lot of people have used
and,
it. Lemmy had it all over the place.
I mean, I think, these days, if you want to have no association, like, clearly have no association with Nazis, you obviously wouldn't use it, but like it is like a charged. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a hazy subject.
There used to be like people used to like do the Nazi thing to be bad as like bikers and stuff like back in the 70s. Even like gangs in New York, like Puerto Rican gangs, were like swastikas and stuff, because it was like it meant like don't fuck with us. Like obviously these Puerto Rican guys aren't Nazis, or even like black guys. They wore swastika, like those scary, those warriors kind of gang. They would literally go around with like swastikas and because Nazi meant like like don't fuck with us.
All right.
Like it wasn't like, oh my god, you're a Nazi back then. It was like, oh shit, don't fuck with those people. Lemmy used to wear like swastikas and stuff. Like there's a picture of him, a Hawkwind, wearing a swastika, and it's a very controversial picture. People are like, oh my god, it's like Lemmy's just like
Lemmy got a lot of shit for all his Nazi memorabilia.
He likes collecting. By no means was Lemmy a Nazi. He likes collecting Nazi memorabilia. He likes the stuff. Okay,
it is a little weird.
He likes it.
But I don't think he was a Nazi.
He's like the guy, and falling down. He's like,
don't cancel Lemmy.
We can't. You can't cancel dead people. I don't think you really can.
You can try.
You can try, but it's hard. But think of all the other people, folks. Speaking of that did terrible things, and King Buzzo doesn't even.
Let's stay on his crimes for
we'll
the
get
moment.
To that.
But some of the things he talked about in the interview, which the Nazi stuff, I think it's a bit overblown.
Yeah.
But he does come across on the interview with Gavin, as just your very stereotypical Gen Xer edgy asshole.
Which I can relate with.
Saying things like diversity has never helped anything in the arts.
Yeah. Yeah, he's being a little bit based. He's
just like trying to offend, I think. And
he's an old man. So
like in that stuff he was talking about forced diversity.
Yeah. Okay. So let me.
And he went on this like rant saying like how he hates diversity in Hollywood because he liked it back when it was cutthroat and only focused on profit, as if Hollywood has been a meritocracy this whole time and not a rampant nepotism.
Yeah, Hollywood's a nepotism and it's a rapetocracy.
Yes,
that's what it's a fucking rapetocracy.
Like, yes,
it's a fucking child molester-tocracy. The intergalactic child molesters are coming from Phobos and possessing the souls of these Hollywood producers and they're molesting children. But that's another story. Listen, like Hollywood is just fucking shit. Like there's no, but like for you to be offended by a diverse movie. Listen, they made him. He was kind of like specifically offended. Now I'm not defending King Buzzo for this because I don't agree with this because it's just a waste of time. He was offended by watching this movie. He said him and his wife watched Wrinkle in Time, which is a famous book, I guess, a sci-fi book. And
it's like a kid's, like a young adult.
It was a Disney thing, and they used all.
I read it when I was a young adult.
Right, it was like a thing for young adults. Right, and they used like all black people. Is that what they did? They used all black people in it.
I don't know. I didn't see it, but I know it's like a young adult book written by someone who's white about a white family, and I guess they decided not to do the cast all white, and it was kind of like a conversation piece on press about the movie, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, why is that terrible?
Why is that like as Samantha mentioned, Hamilton." Which looks pretty fun.
I'm sure he hates Hamilton.
That looks pretty fun to me and harmless.
I mean, we have issues. I have issues politically with Hamilton.
I don't know. I think it's about Alexander Hamilton, right? What's political? Well, we won't get into that. But what's political about? It's the guy who lost the duel, right?
We won't discuss that. But I don't have a problem with there being black cast members playing Alexander Hamilton.
Watching Jesus Christ Superstar.
King Buzzo hates it.
Why? Jesus? It's not new.
Forced diversity.
It's not new. Jesus Christ Superstar. The Norman Jewison version of the TV version of the movie version of Jesus Christ Superstar. All the Jesus people are black. They're white. They're Chinese. It's how you would think the apostles should be.
That's the real meritocracy. Is that maybe not all white people are the best people at singing and dancing. In a musical.
Yeah, in Broadway, you're gonna need diversity to make a complete show. In sports, you're gonna need diversity from all people from all countries and colors. They
used to do sports without diversity.
Yeah, and they weren't,
now it's more of a
other people of other ethnicities, happen to be, sports happens to be a lot of their culture, so they might be good at it. It just doesn't make any sense, Buzzo.
All right,
just being angry about it. Listen, if the movie had all black people, it wasn't for you. Maybe it was like we want to make a movie for black people, so black people could feel comfortable with the movie. Like it's okay.
But not to make
to
make excuses for King Buzzo, but just reading the excerpts, he just comes across as your stereotypical Gen X, edgy, like I'm offensive
But
and that's my personality.
He's grouchier than he's a grouchy guy, it seems.
Like, that's what cool was back then in the early 90s, was to be offensive.
I guess to a certain extent. I mean, there were things.
Like,
there were politically correct things going on back then. I remember.
Times have changed, okay, and he has not changed with them. He's an old man.
I don't.
So he's still got that shtick going.
I don't feel like I don't want. There are people that want him canceled. I've seen the comments, and like on the Doom Stoner sites I follow on Facebook, there are people that maybe they were Melvin fans, maybe they weren't, but they're like, oh, I'm done with the Melvin. They're like, really? You're gonna write off the Melvins?
So this is more of a conversation now on cancel culture.
This is too far.
Because I think it's totally fine to discuss King Buzzo is an asshole. I think that's fine. We can talk about that all day.
There's a lot of reasons to think that. Nothing to do with Gavin Mcinnes. Nothing to do with Gavin Mcinnes.
You can say it's shitty. I mean, as per the Metal Sucks article, he had a very vague idea who Gavin was. He was associated with Vice, which he wasn't at the time anymore, but he didn't even know that. Like,
he just knew he was the guy from Vice. He did not know about Proud Boys.
He made a very good point that he does not vet people that he interviews. It's not part of his thing.
And I believe him. I believe that this guy does not do that.
But why would he? It's like he's like, I'm not vetting you right now, should I? Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't. That's not something I do. Like, to him, most people, like, they thought of Gavin Mcinnes as just a journalist with a Vice for a long time, and that's clearly what he thought, even though that hadn't been true for a number of years. But he doesn't follow Vice.
I think he thought Gavin was like this edgy kind of guy. He didn't know what the Proud Boys were.
Vice was known as like an edgy publication.
Yeah, so that's what he was like. Oh yeah, I'll go on this, and he even said, he's like, oh yeah, I'll go on this.
And in talking to Metal Sucks, Buzz is obviously like, I'm not associated with the Proud Boys at all. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't think he knows what that is.
He said he didn't know about it until this.
I think like that Proud Boy stuff is like a younger man's game.
Except for Michael Graves.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. That you got a problem with me wearing a Dead Kennedy shirt. You should have a problem with Michael Graves joining the Proud Boys at the age of 50.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Fucking people, okay?
Anyway, yeah, he's not an extremely online guy. He doesn't know what's going on. He just gave an interview.
No, he's pretty authentic.
And, Gavin asked him a bunch of edgy questions, and Buzz was like, I'm an edgy guy, so this is right up my alley.
Buzz knows what he knows, and he's not looking for new things.
I mean, I'm not going to dispute that Buzz is an asshole. I think he is.
Yeah. No, if you see him on stage, he's not the kind of guy that, I've seen the Melvins a lot of times. He does not react with the crowd. He doesn't talk to the crowd. He doesn't smile to the crowd.
And I think it's even fine if you want to let that color your view of the Melvins. I mean, obviously, he's not the only member of the Melvins.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. They have many rotating members.
Dale Crover is kind of important to the Melvins. Is he a nice guy? I don't know.
He hangs out. I was at a show where he was just like...
what if Dale Crover's really cool?
Maybe, yeah.
And he would, and we're going to cancel the Melvins just because of Buzz. Anyway, I would say... even if you were not a big fan of the Melvins and you wanted to let this affect and be like, all right, I'm a little less likely to listen to Melvins now, whatever. I think that personally, I think the Melvins are highly overrated.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan.
At the same time, I recognize that Stoner Witch is a great album, as well
Classic
as
that
other one. What's the other one with the children?
The comment down below. Jesus, why can't I think of that? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
With the dog.
Houdini.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, absolutely. Their 90s stuff is really good.
I think a lot of the other stuff they did is extremely just. Ugh.
Yeah, they make a lot of stuff. They release a lot of fucking albums. They release a lot of music.
But
I've seen them a lot of times.
Those albums are important. They cannot be replaced with fucking big business or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck that came from.
The Melvins are extremely unique, and
I don't know where the fuck that came from.
They're a cult band for a reason.
Listen, everyone, do you want to cancel the Smiths? Morrissey's an asshole. No, you want to listen to your Smiths.
I think Morrissey's a little worse.
Morrissey is documentedly worth.
Yes.
Okay. Documentedly and not unapologetically.
Smiths and Morrissey's solo work.
But let's go for some dead people. Oh, your hero David Bowie. Oh, you all love David. Well, not you guys out. I know you guys that are throwing shit at me right now. I know you guys don't like David Bowie. But for you people that like David Bowie, let's see. What did David Bowie do? And nobody fucking wants to touch this. You know how many fucking young people he fucked? You know how many 15-year-olds he fucked?
Try younger.
Younger, okay? Because him and Mick Jagger, people like that, people that think they could do whatever the fuck they want because they're like, oh, I'm a rock star. I could fuck 15-year-olds. Okay, no, it's not good. Well, he did that. Okay, all your rock heroes, Michael Jackson. We're not going to cancel Michael Jackson. And
he got as close as you can get.
Yeah, he's just he
posthumously
allegedly
canceled.
did things. We can't prove them. But a lot of your famous people, John Lennon, fucking wife beater.
I guess
horrifically.
You need to have just a little bit of nuance, because on the one hand, when you do have like a real monster, I think you can, and it's also like on a scale of like, how important is this art? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, as I lay dying.
That's not.
What's his name? Tries to kill his wife.
Yeah, what was his name?
Makes shitty metal.
Lambesis?
Tim Lambesis.
Lambesis.
Tries to kill his wife. Makes shitty metalcore.
Lamb of Besis.
Whatever.
Not important. Not missed.
He's out of prison now, and the band is reformed.
He's loose.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do with him.
Him and Pat O'Brien are loose.
Pat O'Brien is nothing.
Pat O'Brien's fine. He has some skulls. It's fine.
Pat O'Brien's fine.
People love that video, or they hated it. I don't know. They watched it.
That guy, fuck as I lay dying with that
don't
that guy.
Care about them. He could stay in jail.
Shit ban anyway. It's like we don't need to overlook his crimes to enjoy this great art.
But we value the Melvins.
But then on the other hand, you say take a film like Rosemary's Baby, whose director
another one
raped a 13-year-old
unapologetically.
A few mitigatory circumstances, since I guess he was traumatized by his wife being murdered by Charles Manson. But
Charles Manson didn't do it. I like the version of that movie. Yeah, that was cool.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby is a great movie. You cannot take that away. You cannot unring the bell.
Yeah.
You can watch it in context. You can watch it with the knowledge.
Usually, fucked up people are, really talented a lot of times.
Okay, but taking it back home here, King Buzzo. What is his great crime? Being an asshole.
Yeah, and he unknowingly went on
an
Gavin.
Asshole. He is participating in asshole culture, I guess you could say. Furthering asshole culture.
I'm not, that. I know he's probably not a nice guy, but I'm not offended by him. Whatever, I get it.
Yeah, I'd say I'm sure there are many people who are offended.
I'm a Gen Xer.
Some people who aren't offended.
Listen, I grew up with Eddie Murphy. I grew up with Andrew Dice Clay. I get it.
His harm is offending some people.
People that are easily offended by everything.
He made some great albums, and you can listen to them in context knowing that he's a complete asshole, or you could choose not to. But to advocate that Melvins is stricken from the record,
which is some of you are literally doing. I saw the comments, even the comments on who's hated more than we are. Metal sucks. My God, people fucking hate them. Look at I could just quickly go over the comments down here. People fucking hate these guys. By the way, there's all I should be.
Do not.
Going down. Oh no, I got it. Yeah, but there you go. So that, there's that.
Yeah, that's clearly pledging support to. Nazis.
Yeah, we read through this whole thing, but if you go down to the comments here, people fucking hate these guys. It's can you guys give me as much hate as these guys get? Can you try?
I'm honestly surprised that Buzz agreed to do this.
Well, you need to clear his name.
Yes, because also apparently people were going on maybe their Facebook page and leaving comments.
Yeah, okay, they were deleting them because they said they were inflammatory, defamatory.
Or not true, calling them Nazis or
right.
I don't know.
Which is not true.
Or saying he supports the Proud Boys.
Which is not true.
And Gavin. And he's
which is not true. Listen, we talked about Michael Graves last. This guy is not Michael Graves.
Yes.
Not even close.
Go watch our Michael Graves video.
Yeah.
To see what King Buzz is not.
Oh my God, you're all. Oh, I'm talking about Michael Graves again, all you guys. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So again, I think it's totally fine to talk about him being an asshole.
Yeah.
I believe in canceling the bad people.
There's a lot of people that are criminals.
The real criminals.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, you can cancel him.
He's a fucking creep. Harvey Weinstein, real creep.
But I guess it's when it comes to cancellation, so no one's gonna hire Kevin Spacey for a new project, and I don't support them doing that. But, can you not watch, American Beauty anymore?
I think people don't. I think people don't.
I mean, it's not.
Now they see him.
I was reaching. I thought that movie's not that great. It's fine. But it's what's a great performance by Kevin Spacey in a great movie?
Well, it's weird, though. We watch him now and we're just creeped out by him. Because his acting was so good. Now we look at it and we think it's real. We're oh my God, that's when we see it and we're scared of him. Because he always acts like a creep, right? Kevin Spacey is usually a creep in a lot of them. And all of these movies that people thought were great are just gone now. Nobody watches them anymore. His show.
What's
remember
a great movie?
Remember he had that.
So the show, the President Show.
The one with the suspects, the usual suspects.
Oh, the Usual Suspects.
People like that one. Does that anyone gonna watch that one anymore?
People still watch
Do
that,
they?
right?
But when we see him now, like even me, like I'm like ugh, like he makes me feel
That's the
dirty.
thing. Like, if you have that visceral reaction where you can't enjoy something now because you know that
Because he's a face.
because that person is involved and is a monster.
But you could watch a Weinstein
That's
movie.
what's cancelable.
You're not gonna know, right?
That's what we cancel, is when what they have done is so repulsive and bad that you can't even watch it without feeling guilty.
Yeah, but just the way he acts, it's like it's real. It's like it's in the movies with you.
All right, let's get off Kevin Spacey.
But but here's someone that shouldn't be canceled. Louis C.K. Free Louis C.K. Okay.
All right, shut up right now.
Okay. Free Louis C.K.
Disagree.
Okay, fine. You have the right to disagree. I don't agree that I think Louis C.K. should be back in full action. Okay, full action. He was great.
I mean,
he was great.
Again, I feel like my thing like this. It's like I can't stop as I lay dying. But
no, well, they're not important.
I think a lot of people don't know about what happened.
Also, he did something illegal. He literally did something illegal.
Yeah, but he served his time.
Which wasn't enough. I think he's out already.
He served his time. He's a free man. And, should he not be allowed to make a living?
I feel like he did 5 months, that fucking guy.
Yeah, it seemed really short.
Yeah. You usually get 20 years for that shit.
I don't know. It's a complicated subject. But when it comes to something where your crime is just being offensive, you know.
You can't cancel Buzzo. We can't cancel Buzzo. He's just...
I remember there was this death metal band that got kind of canceled, Sanguisabog.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And it was because they made a tweet that said that they were support trans people and women in the scene, and then someone pointed out that their lyrics were all violence against a woman, and I think maybe one of the members was in a porno grind band or something.
Oh, that was that band, right? The guy with the porno grind. Yeah, I remember that. We did a thing on that.
No, we didn't.
We didn't do anything on Sanguisabog?
Nope.
We did something on some band that did some fucked up shit once. I can't remember. It's in one of our earlier episodes. And
so they got kind of minorly canceled for that. I think part of it mostly is the hypocrisy. So I lost my train of thought on this.
Well, yeah. Well, you should let me say a few things. Yeah, you can't cancel Buzzo over this. We know he's an ass. I could relate to his assholeness. I grew up in that era. I understand everything he's saying. Yeah, he's a little further, and not every Gen Xer acts like him. Not every guy is as black-pilled as someone like him. We're not all like that. But, I am not nearly offended by anything he says. I'm like, he's just, I know a lot of people like that. He's harmless. There's no reason to cancel one of your favorite bands. And you people are doing it. You people are, I saw it. We're not exaggerating here. This is real.
Well, I remember when I first saw this come up, people were saying, he had said the thing about, punk lesbians being mainstream culture now, and as if that was a bad thing. And I don't even know what Gavin's talking about when he says that.
Gavin always says stuff like that.
But yeah, it was secondhand information getting tweeted, and it's Buzz didn't even say anything
playing a game of telephone
about lesbians.
Yeah, just playing a game of telephone. It's oh, look what Buzz said. Yeah, when Gavin said it. Maybe they didn't.
I mean, he didn't push back on Gavin on it, but he was probably just not even listening. He's like, this guy just said a bunch of weird shit. Yeah, I'm sure. I would just say a bunch of weird shit that's edgy as well.
I bet Buzzo doesn't agree with that. He's kind of a guy who's been on the scene. He's been a lot of places. I don't think that's gonna really.
He looks like a punk lesbian.
He's not. You look like a punk lesbian. You look like an aging punk lesbian. But don't be if we're gonna be offended by Buzzo being on Gavin Mcinnes, we should send it, slam a fucking asteroid into the world. Send the fucking nukes now.
We can't get bothered by people being offended because it's everyone will find something offensive.
Yeah,
that's just inevitable. But
yeah, everyone did something cancelable. Everyone, even you, especially you people out there saying things about me. I know you did things.
But yes, I do think people were just so quick to throw all the Melvins out just for buzz.
I saw it.
Just for what Buzz
I couldn't
did.
believe it. I couldn't. The Melvins of all people. People worship these guys. I couldn't believe it.
Well, I don't think anyone who worships the Melvins cares. I feel like all Melvins fans are kind of nihilistic and unbalanced.
I want to find Matt's opinion. Matt is the biggest Melvins fan in the world. I want to hear. I put it up on our Facebook. I wanted him to hopefully chime in. I was hoping maybe he would. Because no one's a bigger Melvins fan than him. I've been to many Melvins shows with him, and so I want to find out what he thinks about it.
But again, I don't want to. He's an asshole. I don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't mind it though. He's got the right to be an asshole.
Everyone has the right to be an asshole,
especially us Gen Xers.
But I guess the issue here is he's an asshole with a platform. And do we try to deplatform him?
No.
But the
never.
thing is like all this does is because what he's doing, he's not committing crimes. He's just being offensive. So he only gets canceled into like the far, not even left, because this isn't a far left thing necessarily. It's like the far woke areas of the internet.
Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, it's just woke.
Like it's not necessarily a left thing to cancel somebody like this for this kind of thing.
It's like I'm going to be offended because I need something to be offended over, and I'm supposed to be offended by offensive things.
I mean, I think they're genuine. Hopefully, they actually are.
Want to be offended by things.
I'm mildly offended by him saying stuff like forced diversity and like diversity is bad.
Yeah, that's just kind of childish. Like I'm not offended by it. I'm like, dude. I'm like, what's the problem? It's not affecting your life. Like I said, that movie you're complaining about, it's not for you.
Well, he had to watch it. I don't know why he went to see it, but
you know what happens when we watch movies we don't like. We don't watch them anymore. We don't sit through them. That's what we do. But they make movies all the time. A lot of them suck. We don't watch them. We don't watch them.
Yeah.
We don't watch them. We don't have to watch them. It's not for you.
This whole thing is just shitty. It's just like
yeah, and it's there's a lot of people in this club. It's like saying, we're talking about Gene. It's like Gene Simmons, sexual harassment. Gene Simmons is like, really? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't sexual harass. You can't Me Too Gene Simmons. You can't do it. You can't do it.
I mean, I'm sure he's assaulted people.
A lot of people have. In the 1970s
most of the
era,
music industry, yes, could be heavily
all
canceled.
of them. All of them. Or Hollywood. Hollywood producers with their casting couch.
That's not in question.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's like everyone in these positions of power, they think they're. I mean. Even like Terry Crews, King. They fucking fucked with Terry. Would you fuck with Terry Crews? You gotta have some balls on you.
If you've got his whole career in your hands, then you can.
It's like, hey, Terry Crews, it's like, you're gonna...
Buzz is not really in a position of power here. The only power he has is having a voice and being able to go on an interview. Yeah. And say things that are offensive and amplify offensive things. That's his power. People
care about this because there's a lot of like kind of switched on people that like the Melvins, right? I know a lot of people that like the Melvins, and they tend to be very like switched on, very radical people mostly. I mean, there's all kinds of Melvins fans, but they're gonna this is gonna hit them, and they're gonna try to react. Especially younger Melvins fans, because Melvins could still have young fans. I think they can appeal to young people because they're like a buzz. No pun intended. They're like a buzz band, They're that band that influenced Nirvana. Like they're that, historical band you're supposed to know about if you're cool. Right? They've always been that way. Even when I was a kid, like they've always been that way. The in band.
Yeah, they're like so they've got this like eternal hipness to them.
Yes, eternal hipness that never gets old.
And so it's disappointing that behind the eternal hipness is not an eternally hip guy. It's an old guy.
Well, he's an old man.
Whose views have aged poorly. Yeah. This kind of like, fuck your society and your polite, discourse.
Yeah,
like, here I am with some truth bombs.
Yeah, I get
it.
I get it. It's not it's fine. He could do that.
It's old. Like, it's just, he's an old guy. Like,
yeah, he's not trying to like.
If you don't want to listen to Gen Xers music, then you have to,
We are Gen Xers. We don't give a fuck about a lot of the shit that offends. We don't give a fuck. We can't. We grew up with Eddie Murphy and Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay, and these guys. If you think Buzzo is offensive, listen to Eddie Murphy's Raw. Listen to Delirious. Listen to just the first track of Delirious. This is what we grew up on. Okay, that's why words don't offend us, and that's the angle.
All right, I think we should just end.
Yeah,
with a comment on Gavin's hair.
Oh, what is? Yeah, he didn't do his hair.
He like messed his hair up just to talk to the Melvins.
Oh,
guy.
I see. Oh, I see what he was doing. Okay, I get it.
He's like, you got funny hair. Well, I've got funny hair. I'm Gavin Mcinnes.
Get it? I get it. See, I remember to do this. Okay, so we got everything done today. We did everything what we were supposed to do, right? We did it. It took a while, but this is going to be edited. Thanks for listening to the Here Lies Metal podcast, not live from our basement. Make sure to follow us on social media, including Twitter at Here Lies Metal, Facebook at Here Lies Metal, and Instagram, Metal Lies Here, and Gmail. Give me some hate mail, hereliesmetal@gmail.com. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up, or more likely, the other ratio, thumbs down, which you've all been doing. Make sure you guys are triggered by something I talked about, or just the way I look.
We hit both sides this time.
Just the fact that I'm soft.
You're soft.
Anything that you want, that I'm wearing the wrong shirt. And I dare you to make fun of this shirt. DEFCON 1, I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Clip that.
I fucking dare you. Yeah, give us a thumbs down. Like you like. I don't care. You think I'm doing this for money? I don't care. I know people that won't even curse because they're afraid it'll fuck up their YouTube thing. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? It's like, why do you care? It's their living, I guess.
This is our marriage activity.
Yeah, I have a job, people. Okay, I retouch fashion models. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so give us a comment and yeah, find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. All the episodes, and Spotify. All the old episodes or the informative episodes are there. You can listen to them. Hopefully I make another one. I put another one up here eventually. It's a lot of work though. So yeah. And that's all for people for today. So, yes, for all the people we reviewed today, we'd like to contact all of you. So we'd like to interact since you guys aren't like huge bands. So, yeah. Thank you very much. And yes, keep the bad comments coming. Good night.